We're coming up. Whoa, a hero story show is the best podcast, Yeah, we're coming up. Woohoo. Yeah, we're talking books. Yeah, we're talking Deadpool. Welcome to a hero story.
I mean,
That's not
I
bad.
yeah, ooh, that was off the top of your dome.
I was off the dome,
I can see you
brother.
reading it. Imagine
We
you
should-
wrote.
Oh,
Imagine you
man,
took time to
no.
write that.
Does this still work? It does. Excellent. That's great.
Be
It's
like,
been a
okay,
couple
every
weeks.
week we have to start that intro with "We're talking Deadpool."
We're talking
What,
Deadpool.
what the hell is that? Oh, the cat is doing that behind you. I thought that was like. I was
Yeah.
like, do you have a monkey now? Because it looked really human. The cat
The
pushing
cat
the
arm.
blind to the side. Yeah. I
No,
was
it's
like,
just
what
the
is
cats in the blinds for some reason. But yeah, we are here. We're back. JD's not, but he might join later. No one's heard from him in a month. So
No. This is what happens. We
In a
don't
month.
hear from him, and then he, like halfway through, you go, "Oh, JD's here."
Oh, yeah, you go, oh, I got a secret message from some
Yeah.
fan. And it's
gonna be
it's just gonna be
Degrassi.
like JD with this like blank expression that he has just joining.
Yeah.
oh, it's Sonic 2.
He did watch Sonic 2 and he gave it 3
Yeah.
stars.
That's
Did he give it 3 or 3.5?
He gave it 3. He said he was going to
Three.
give it 3.5, but he doesn't like Tails' voice.
I like Tails' voice. Dude, I like Tails'
It's a
voice.
kid.
Tails' voice endeared me to Tails.
That's so specific.
That's why I got
It's
that
literally-
Tails Squishmallow.
Yeah, that's very specific. And Tails is the only character cast in that movie where they used the video game voice actress. Everyone else is like celebrities. So
Yeah.
I guess he hates that though. He wanted
Himself.
Ariana
Guys,
Grande? I
the
don't know.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Four were cast this week, and we had a Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, and we're talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
Sonic.
All right,
we will
yes,
get-
sure.
yeah.
let's
Come
get
on.
into it. Listen, the
Come
Fantastic
on.
Four were not cast this week. The Fantastic Four have been cast for
Okay.
months.
Probably
We talked about
since
it.
the
we got
spring,
the
reveal.
cast.
I actually went back and listened to the episode where we were like, so here's apparently the 90th cast, and it's actually the cast they revealed, and we were all like, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
I think I have been fully in support the
Yeah.
entire time. At least that's the
But,
narrative that I'm saying now.
Let's talk about it.
I
remember saying
I
that I would
Harper.
never talk about it. I remember saying I would not talk about it until they cast it, and I definitely did not follow that rule. But now that they've cast it, there's so much to finally talk about, dude. They revealed this movie December 2020. That was like 1,000 days ago.
Wow.
That was so long ago.
in the pandemic.
Roman Reigns is
yeah.
still champion, and that movie they had still not cast it, and now we finally know for fucking goddamn it, we know it for real.
We've been
Ugh.
talking on this podcast for 3.5 years now about who are they going to cast.
Yeah, I mean, we recorded the episode when they revealed the movie. Like, we have an episode from then going like, "Oh my god, they revealed the Fantastic Four movie."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like-
and who we think, and we're like John Krasinski. Fingers crossed.
I don't know why I wanted Joe Goldberg, but I wanted Joe Goldberg. But
Yeah, no,
either way.
actually, I still think he would have been excellent.
Yeah.
Tyler, let me know. Okay, this is make or break for me. What did I say on that episode? Was I like
You
vaguely
said
in the middle?
kind of hard. It goes hard. You like?
Did I say it kind of go? Dude, I fucking called it. Yes, knew it.
I said it was
they were
fine,
cooking.
but they're not the Fantastic Four of my dreams. But
But
that's
I
such a goofy thing
remember
for me to say
that.
either way. Like, we have them now.
I just
So-
didn't because when it got officially revealed and I saw it, and I think maybe because we already sort of figured that's what it was.
We went, oh,
I was like,
it was more like
cooking.
it was more like,
cooking.
oh, this is
Yeah.
how they revealed it, huh? Not like the
Yeah,
cast is like,
yeah.
oh, like this. Okay, Valentine's Day post.
Post,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
just like some cool.
We heard from
artwork, yeah.
Instagram. That's how they announced Spider-Man too. Like Tom Holland Spider-Man, they
Yeah.
just posted on Instagram.
Except
I was
Tom
just
Holland
fully
didn't even
expecting to
know.
be-
Like, at least Pedro knew.
I was
Yeah.
fully expecting
oh, shit,
Tyler
Mr.
to
Fantastic.
come here and say like, "No, Harper, you were the one that specifically said this is the worst."
Yeah, you went like
casting possible."
this.
and I'm like, "Fuck." God.
I saw a
sweet-
post today of Vanessa Kirby doing her Mission Impossible press tour from June or
Mm,
July, and so many people were being like, "Are you the Invisible Woman?" And every time she just smiles and says, "It would be an honor to play Susan Storm." Like she says the name specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like
Wow.
she she's known since then.
So should we go person by person?
Yes.
Sure, we should do read
Start with the
last.
thing.
Yeah,
Read last. All right, yeah. All right. Ebon Moss Backrack. Love his name. Okay.
Fucking
Richie,
excellent.
cousin in the Bear, as many people know him by. Cousin, I gotta make a sandwich, cousin. You're pissing me off, cousin. The best show ever. Literally such a
Excellent.
good show. He's so good in it. And he's also an Andor as
Yes, he
a
is.
real prick. But like
real
he's
prick.
also a prick in the Bear, but he's endearable in the Bear.
He's
And
also
then
in
he's also
Punisher.
Microchip
He's
as
the
the
best
Punisher.
part
yeah.
of Punisher season 1. Yeah.
I said I just said he's in Microchip as the Punisher. He's in the Punisher as Microchip.
I thought it was really funny, like Hunter, when you sent that to the chat. Like, you're not wrong. The character is Microchip, but he's only referred to as Micro in that show.
Yeah,
and
they never call him Microchip.
And like when you said he played Microchip in the thing, I was like, bro has Googled this. Like, surely, like,
Well, I only knew him from Punisher.
from
Yeah, I
Punisher.
haven't seen the Bear. I don't watch Andor. Like, I only knew him from
You're
that.
full.
So
I
I
don't
was
watch
like,
Andor as if it's still going.
I watched the first 4 episodes, so
He's not in those. Yeah,
yeah.
he's in
Yeah.
the next arc. But I think this is the best casting of the bunch.
Really?
He's like a prick with a heart of gold, but he's so like because I'm thinking of Richie and the Bear, and Richie and the Bear is like he's one of those characters where he's just the worst, and he's always making fun of everyone, and he's like antagonistic. But then in season 2, he like you see his heart, and he starts to grow as a character, and he starts to mellow out. And I just see it like so perfectly. I really see it. I hear the voice as well. His voice, I think, is really
the
good.
Ben Grimm
thing.
arc.
Yeah, I just see it. Like they cooked with that one, especially. That's a 5-star meal, much like the Bear. It tastes very good. I assume. I love that one.
Never eaten bear in my life.
I love that one.
I haven't either.
Yeah, that's what they in the Bear. They only eat bear.
Oh,
That's what it's about. Okay.
When
that's what
does
it's
Rafe Fiennes show up and then kill everyone?
I think that's part 8 of the Bear.
That's part 8. Is Anya Taylor-Joy? She goes, "I'm not full. I need more bear."
Oh, is this the? Oh, yeah. She says she wants a cheeseburger.
Yeah, she wants a cheeseburger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know about the Bear then. How many bears are in the Bear?
The Bear's so good. How many bears are in the Bear? 1?
Just one?
I mean, if we're speaking real
oh,
bears,
it's the
metaphorical
bear,
bears,
not bears.
Yeah, it's not the bears.
No, that's like Alien.
it's
and
the
Alien.
bear.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It
So
starts
this is
with-
Alien.
Yeah,
And then
it
there's
starts
Bear
with the
3.
Bear. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Bear Part 3. Anyway, I think he's perfect.
The
I think
Bear
he's also
Covenant.
Jewish, which is like real good. He's gonna be so good. I don't even know. What
He does look good though. He
The
does look good.
Bear
I can't really
Covenant.
say he looks the part because I mean he's gonna look the part for the first act, maybe.
Yeah, he's gonna be real. I mean, the design though. I mean, it looks pretty dead on.
You
You
At least
see him in
drawing
the
looked pretty dead
photo.
on.
Yeah, you see
He's
like
got the Kirby eyebrows, dude. Oh my god, he looked good.
Well, he does, yeah.
Why can't I orient my thing like that?
But that thing design,
It's just the
fucking good.
comic book thing.
yeah, he looks really good. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like he's just. It's hard to mess that design up. You know,
I
they
mean,
kind of did in the last one.
they're like, he doesn't need clothes.
yeah, like he needs clothes. He's a
And now they
guy.
have him
he
like
wants-
bundled up. He's wearing a shirt
Yeah, exactly. I was
this
like,
time.
now he's got all the clothes. So
Just like,
they,
don't
they
worry.
understood the mistake. I am curious about the costumes, but I guess we'll get to that.
I have a theory about that. Who do you want next? I guess Johnny.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Eddie Munson.
Joseph Quinn is playing Human Torch, Johnny Storm.
So
This
yeah,
is
I've
my
heard-
favorite.
I've heard conch about the controversy. I should finish my words. I heard controversy about this one. People don't like that he's not like because people think Johnny Storm and they think that he's like traditionally like 60s attractive. Like he's just like, and I'm like, I don't think Joseph Quinn's ugly. Like I don't think he's
not ugly at all.
traditionally attractive. I've got a DM that literally said, "Why didn't they cast someone hot?" And I don't know if they meant like if he's not hot or if they meant someone on fire. Like I didn't know if it was a joke, but I have seen this go around.
I have seen
I
this
think
conversation too.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
think
no,
he
I
looks
am not
good.
attracted to him, so I hate it. It's like, what?
Yeah, like okay, I think that's on you, my friend.
Yeah.
I think that this is also a really good one, and especially him and Ben together. I literally cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, and you could
I
tell
think of those
from
two
the
actors, and I would
picture
watch
alone,
I would watch a buddy comedy movie about those two actors. And now that they're Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, you kidding me?
Can you see this Johnny Storm being buddies with Tom Holland's
Peter
Spider-Man?
Parker? Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. I mean, I mean, the thing about Joseph Quinn is that I'm only thinking Eddie Munson right now, and he's
Yeah.
not going to play Eddie Munson in this movie because Eddie Munson and Johnny Storm could not be more diametrically opposed. But I think I'd like him. He's endearing. He's like charismatic.
Very charismatic.
I think he could fucking kill it. I think he really will.
This is the
I
one that
think he's my
feels the
favorite.
most. This is the one that feels the most like
Fan-casty?
fan cast that
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
ended up
yeah.
being true because people were just like he was a goofy fun character that we like in Stranger Things, so he'll be
Yeah.
cool as the hot guy.
There was a couple
but
people
they're
in
also
Stranger Things
right.
that people said should be Human Torch. But yeah. Like he's the best
Or
one.
the Red
pretty much.
Ranger. I forget.
The Red Ranger.
For
You're
Power
talking about,
Rangers.
what?
Power Rangers 2017. He played
yes,
the Red
right.
Ranger.
I
I
wasn't even
forget
thinking
the
him.
actor's name and the character's
Dacre
name in Stranger
Montgomery.
Things. Yeah.
Dacre Montgomery. Dacre Montgomery.
Yeah, he would have been a good Human Torch
I
as
was
well.
thinking Steve Harrington, Joe Curie, but
He also would have been
he
good.
also would have been
actually.
good. But out of the bunch, Joseph Quinn's probably the best one.
Hey, we're casting a white guy that's attractive and looks
And charismatic.
teenage-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
You just
there's
have all of Hollywood.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like,
there's
yeah,
a
it's the
lot of
Stranger
options
Things
here.
cast, and they're just like holding a dart and they just throw it and
It'll be
lands on
good. Yeah,
one.
alright.
guy.
And
I think
then
we
no,
could
and
pick
then
anyone.
they'll have like Timothée Chalamet on there as well. They'll have Tom
Chalamet.
Holland on there for some reason. They might have landed on that, but like, oh, but we
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, oh,
But yeah,
damn
fuck,
it.
damn it.
Yeah.
He's
So-
in
Make another one?
June.
I do
We can't
think,
do his
like, but-
Wonka.
Yeah, we can't cast him. He's playing Wonka.
He's Wonka, guys.
How are we
Yeah.
gonna have Johnny Storm
He's
and Wonka interact
Paul.
if it's the same guy?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Plus, he's gonna be Harry Styles maybe. But wait,
Is he? Oh no.
I messed that up.
He's gonna be what?
Harry Osborn. I said Harry
Harry
Styles.
Oh, Harry Styles. Well,
I
we've
was
got
like, he's
Harry
gonna
Styles in
play
the
Harry
MCU.
Styles. I was like, we already have Harry
As soon as I
Styles.
said it, I was like, what did I mean?
He's not gonna be Harry
Mm.
Osborn.
No.
Oscorp doesn't exist. He already said that.
But I mean, he's gonna be great. He's gonna be the best part of this team, I think.
I'm still going. I'm batting for my boy Ebon. So
I
It'll
mean,
be them
they're all-
together. It'll be them
Yeah.
two together. I
Oh my
think.
god, them together is crazy, dude. I really can just see that perfectly. That chemistry is like fully there.
Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman.
So
Yeah.
I was big on like, oh, she should play Emma Frost, and she's not perfect for. I think thinking about it now that there is no way out of it that she is Sue Storm. Like now that I can think about it without thinking
Well, she
about
was
the Emma
casted.
Frost in the. Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying now that I can think about it without the Emma Frost anywhere, like she'll never play Emma Frost. Yeah, she's pretty fucking good for this role.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, she's
Like-
a great actress. Like she's Oscar nominated actress Vanessa
See, like,
Kirby.
I saw someone say, and I kind of get this, where every character I've ever seen Vanessa Kirby play is like cold-hearted
Mhm.
and like aloof, and Sue Storm is lovable and like she's like a sweetheart and she's the glue of the team, and that
Mhm.
we haven't seen her do that, and I don't. I think that is true. We haven't seen her. I at least have not seen her play a role that's like sweet and endearing Sue Storm. But again, there's no reason she can't do that. And her Instagram post said something like that she's proud to play Marvel's OG lady and she hopes to do her justice. And I'm like, okay, she's really into
She
this.
knows,
Like,
yeah.
if she's really into Sue Storm, like, and I do see it. Obviously, I see it. Like, she looks like you built Sue Storm in a lab, like, and yeah, obviously it's
cave.
there. Yeah, in a
The
cave
box
with a
of
box of
scraps.
I think, yeah, that's another good one.
That's another good
And
one.
her and
So
Joseph
really,
Quinn, that's going to be good.
I think what it comes. I think everyone
Make it or
is
break it
fine
when
with
you
it
get to Reed
up
Richards.
until this, which I love it. I don't care. I know he's in everything, and that is the annoying part.
I
Reed?
I love
heard.
him.
So this is the argument I heard, and I thought this was very true. I think this is the issue I had with it, was that he seems very, and I don't necessarily know if I agree with this, but it was that Pedro is flavor of the month, and these castings should be timeless, right? Like he should be the best person no matter what. And Pedro just feels like, oh, maybe they just picked him because he's Pedro, But seeing him in the art, seeing him in the fan art, again, accepting that it just is him, and seeing him post about it and talk about it, I like it.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing it from like such a weird perspective. Maybe it's because like I love just Pedro Pascal generally, but like it to me feels like, oh, they cast like such a a cool and deserving guy who's gonna appreciate the role and do his best for people. Like it's not, there's
Mhm.
no ego there. I
Yeah.
just like that it's a
Yeah.
good, just a good solid dude who's gonna give it his best. And that's like what he's done his whole career is like
Yeah.
110%.
But do you think that he's
Mandalorian
perfect for the
season 3
role?
not showing up in the
I don't think
suit?
Mandalorian season 3 is his fault though, because he was filming The Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
And
Yeah.
Star Wars was like, no, we're going to barrel through this with or without you. And he's like, well, I can't
You can't do
physically
it
be
without
there.
me.
I'm
Yeah.
contractually
Yeah.
here. Yeah. That's not
That's
on him.
one of the. I think for Pedro, I think he can be a really good read. He could be perfect, and I hope he is. But there's 3 problems, and one of them is scheduling. He's doing so much. He's
So
doing like
yeah,
this
he's
movie's
doing
supposed to
everything.
film right
He's
away, but
literally doing everything.
he's filming Last of Us right now. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
and
that
he had
they'll
to
get that
drop
done.
out. He had to drop out of a different movie to do this movie.
yeah,
So
and he's supposed to be
he's a busy
filming
man.
Mandalorian and Grogu
Yeah,
this
but
year.
mate, again, once again,
He
Mandalorian
can
in
just go from
season
set to
4
set.
and Mandalorian and Grogu, yeah, it's going to be 90%
Someone
Brandon
else,
Wayne or
yeah.
whoever the dude in the stunt suit is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point at least.
Yeah,
But
I do
Brendan
get
Wayne?
that.
Brandon
I
Wayne?
think
Who's the
I have no clue. I just wonder what this makes me just wonder what direction they're gonna go with Reed Richards for this because I assumed we're in the build up to Secret Wars, we were gonna do paranoid, the world is ending, like I need to save everything, kind of Tony Stark esque.
Mm,
Reed Richards, the everything dies and I accept that Reed
I
Richards.
think we're gonna
But
get that.
I don't know if Pedro it doesn't I feel like he's not that Reed Richards. I feel like
are
he
we gonna
is
get that though? It looks like it's
charismatic,
more
like
60s fun. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think it's gonna start like that.
I
But
think he's leading man Reed Richards. I think that he is the leader of the team, the guy that like puts everyone like okay, like he's the smartest man in the universe, literally, and he knows everyone's role and he's supportive of everybody and he loves his family and they're gonna do that version of Reed Richards. I don't think they're gonna do the flawed like he's got to miss Valeria's birthday because he's solving a math problem. Reed Richards, they're not gonna do that. Even though I think that it is an aspect of the character, I feel like and again, maybe I'm wrong because he played Joel and Joel's a prick.
yeah, I
So
was gonna say, like him as Joel
yeah.
is like the testament to like,
So
oh,
I
he
don't
can
know.
be really straight down the line and real.
Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong. I think that there's a lot of directions he can go. He can do both. I know that he can do both. I don't know if I see them Marvel doing both. But I guess we will see. This is the biggest like out of all of them, I can go, okay, I see him as the thing. I see her as Sue. I see him as Johnny. But with Pedro, I just have to go, let's see. I just have to see it before I can really say
yeah,
anything
I
more.
mean that's the only image we have, and he's like dancing and
It
smiling and
looks so
everything.
Yeah.
cool. It looks
It
so
I
looks
cool.
do
great.
though. I see him and Ben as best friends. Like I see that immediately. The
Yeah,
chemistry there as well. I see that. And
yeah.
that's the thing. I guess that's the most important thing, right? These are not just monolithic. They only exist on their own characters. They're a team. They're the Fantastic Four. So it's really about the chemistry between them. And when you look at the four of them, I see it. You know what I mean? Even though it's a
Hmm.
static image that's not even like a photograph, it's a picture that's drawn by somebody. I just see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like I get the vibes. The vibes are definitely on point in that reveal.
Yeah,
I
vibes are cooking.
And
I
Herbie's
do have
there.
hope. This is such a good way to announce this cast too, because they just said, well, I mean, they did months ago say Pedro is Reed, and all of us were like, except for Harper, I guess, who loved it, but the rest of us were like, I don't know about
The
that.
goat.
But now seeing this image of this is what he's probably gonna look like has us excited.
Yeah, and I'm excited. It's officially retitled The Fantastic Four, which is funny. They're doing the thing again.
October
Herbie's in the
31st.
picture. Again, it's also got that 60s tone, or at least that 60s like this is even the dude that did WandaVision, so he's another period piece by him.
Hmm.
I think I have a lot of faith in it. I just have faith in it because I feel like out of all of them, I mean, they could have looked at the Marvels and they would have been like, whatever, fuck it, it's the Marvels. But they can't look at Fantastic Four and be like, oh, fuck it, it's fantastic. Like, this is important. They have to
Yeah.
not fuck this up.
I feel like Marvel was for like some of phase 4 and phase 5. I don't even know when those phases end and begin, by the way, but like I
Four
feel
ends
like
with Wakanda Forever, and
And
five.
5
don't
starts with
care.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Um I feel like for a moment there, they were sort of ordering. They were Uber Eatsing it. You know what I mean? They were Uber Eating it. They were Door Dashing it. They were Deliverooing it. They were
They didn't
anyway. The
care about
point,
what they were getting
Yeah.
served. It
Content,
was
content,
just,
I'm
content.
starting
Subscribe
to
to Disney Plus.
like that
Yeah.
that Deadpool trailer came out, and I smelled a
we'll get
whiff.
to.
I was like, oh, hey boys, what's
Yeah.
that? What's that? Oh, I think they're cooking a
like
bit.
and
gas
then
over
leak.
here.
Fantastic Four, you get
Oh,
another
I can
whiff.
smell them. I can smell them
Casting.
cooking, and then this, and I was like, oh, hey, okay, yeah, okay.
Different meal, still smells
main
good.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
And then even I'm gonna say it, that
X-Men?
X-Men 97 trailer,
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, I smell dessert. I smell it
Madam
coming. I'm
Web,
saying,
and
And the
Madam
Madam
Web.
Web, yeah.
and sure, but
But that X-Men 97 trailer does look good. It was, I think
they're cooking.
I said this. The doomsday clock must be at midnight. Like they know that this is a lot of the things coming up are make it or break it. And
Yeah.
if they fuck it up, they're not gonna get to Secret Wars. I mean they will, but like nobody's gonna care.
I feel like they're cooking again.
And so yeah, I think that there's quality that has to go into this.
And Born Again, Born Again
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
like them starting again and being like, no, let's Netflix continuation
Born
and do
Again,
it
yeah.
right. Like,
Yeah, let's
I'm
scrap what we
smelling it.
had.
Wilson
Yeah.
Fisk is cooking in my kitchen. You know, he's making that
Yeah.
little omelet where he's
Omelet,
But it's true because like Bob Iger also said, like we want to focus on what's like popular, our biggest brands. We want to focus and put quality into this rather than Ironheart,
Quantity.
Agatha, Wonder
Wonder
Man,
Man.
God,
which
I
we're still
forgot-
getting,
guy.
I forgot
Yeah.
both of those existed. Oh shit!
Yeah.
and we're still getting that. And Ironheart's not even still over a year away for Ironheart, but
Yeah.
they're still coming. So
I just hope that we can look back and that the worst things are now behind them. I hope that Secret Invasion and the Marvels stay as the low. I hope that doesn't get worse. You know,
Oh,
but
Secret Invasion was so
I
fucking
think
bad, man.
2024 we're still gonna get some bad Disney Plus shows.
this year.
Yeah, I mean with Agatha and Wonder Man and Ironheart.
But I don't even think Agatha's going to be bad. I think Agatha is just a case of like why.
He's like Echo.
Echo's fine. It
you
wasn't as
finish
bad
it?
as Secret
Did you
Invasion,
finish it?
dude.
Did you finish it?
No.
No,
Yeah, I didn't
neither did
either.
I.
Yeah,
No,
same.
none of us did, and it's the shortest one so far.
It's the
only
shortest one that
5
has
episodes.
Fisk in it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
so you know, it's hard
yeah.
to get into some of these characters, but Fantastic Four, sign me up, and Deadpool 3,
Yeah,
sign
it got
me up.
delayed, but it's only until next July, which means
it's
yeah.
2 weeks after Superman
It's
Legacy.
fucking Superman, yeah.
And I don't know if they're going
Wow.
to change. And I don't think Superman's going to change either because James Gunn has been talking now. It comes out on the anniversary of his father's death. And how
Yeah,
that's
it's
important.
father's birth. No, I think it's his father's birthday.
Oh, his father's
I don't think
birthday.
it's the anniversary.
Yeah,
I think,
my bad.
yeah. But July
To celebrate my dad's death,
Superman.
Superman and Hawk
Girl and
Look how
Metamorpho.
sick he is. He could bring my dad back. He's so powerful, James. He can't. James.
Yeah,
No,
he
have
could.
you
He could.
seen when he goes around the Earth?
Yeah, what if the end of that movie is he goes back around the earth to bring
That's
James
so
Gunn's dad back to life? We're like, what the fuck is this?
Bro.
Yeah.
Guys, he did it. They're like, James, it's a movie. It's like, no, he's coming. He's coming to the
His
premiere.
dad
He's here.
revive and everything, and everyone's like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
You guys know what James Gunn's
It's
father
James Gunn's
looks like?
dad.
It's Chris Pratt. It is like dad makeup.
It's his dad, yeah.
But no, it's him.
I think,
hey guys, it's me.
All I know is that July 2025 is either going to be a really good month for me or a really, really bad month for
Or
me.
it's it. Yeah, it's it.
Yeah,
for
or
you.
that's it
Tommy
for my
Turtle.
life. Yeah, or that's over for me. Yeah, I'm Tommy Turtle. It. I'm excited. I'm very excited for both of those movies. Obviously, I think
Same.
Superman I'm more excited for, but
Me too.
come on, fucking 2
Both
weeks
of them
apart.
I'm very excited
Yeah.
for.
The two pillars of their universes.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
literally. It's like the two things that started their universes.
Yeah,
And they're both,
so
yeah,
it's exciting.
Maybe
Imagine
Spider-Verse that year
crossover.
too. Yeah.
That would be cool. I don't know.
We haven't talked yet. Deadpool 3 trailer
yeah,
came
so
out.
Deadpool
Dude,
and Wolverine.
They are hooking just phenomenal. I have full confidence this movie is going to be like just an absolute 9 out of 10. Like I'm
Yeah, me
fucking,
too.
I'm
It
on. I'm
love-
definitely isn't 10 out of 10.
no,
Yeah,
but
definitely
like,
not gonna be
well,
perfect.
they're
Oh,
never going to be.
I watched
No.
Deadpool 1 yesterday, and I'm definitely gonna rewatch Deadpool 2 because I know that you don't like it, Hunter, that much. I really
I like
really
Deadpool
like
1.
I
I
really
think
really like Deadpool 2. I prefer it to Deadpool 1,
Yeah, I
honestly.
don't
I
like
And I
it.
think
I I
that the
think Deadpool 2
quality,
is I think Deadpool 2 is better than 1 as well, but
yeah,
they're also both
is
like they're like
yeah.
here.
I think the
They're
quality, if
both
it only goes
threes,
up.
right?
See, this is the thing. I think when you get a guy like Ryan Reynolds who knows like what it's like to just make a complete dog shit movie with
Yeah.
this character, especially, he is like
He gives a shit.
yeah, he I think he really gives a shit to the point where
Mhm.
this is like who he plays himself in real life now. He just plays
Yeah.
Deadpool when he goes outside. You know what I mean? Like that's how
Mhm.
much he gives a shit. So it's like I think there's a real like commitment to quality in this. I think that this has a real chance to like I think it will reinvigorate the multiverse aspect of what we're getting to. You know what I mean? Because
Mm,
this is like Deadpool can look at it at the meta sense and he can look at the audience and go, I know you're tired of the multiverse, but, and he can also do some
yeah.
crazy shit where they get Wolverine back, which is what everyone wants to see from the multiverse, really,
Mhm.
is stuff like that. So I think this is going to be the best of both worlds in that
I
aspect.
just think it's like I think the best thing Marvel has done since like acquiring Fox is to just be like, we're making the third Deadpool movie a Marvel Studios movie while also being like a complete sequel to the like no we're
Yeah,
not
because it
rebooting
makes
with Ryan
sense.
Reynolds like
Makes a lot of sense. He's
it's like the Netflix stuff except like obviously
yeah,
it's the multiverse he was out there somewhere but it
he's
feels
the
so
only character where you
nice.
could do this with, I think, too. Where
Yeah,
it's like
it probably
Deadpool can
is,
literally
yeah.
go, Deadpool can literally in the trailer go, oh, it's new for Disney because he
Mm,
knows that he's been
yeah.
acquired
Pegging's
as a
not new for me,
character.
friendo, but it is for Disney. Man,
Yeah,
he's so good. He
got
is
the
so
wig.
good.
He's got the
Yeah,
wig.
yeah, the
Yeah, like
wig,
it's a
yeah.
ripped off right
Like
away.
Peter,
I think the
he,
best like that line that goes like under the radar was like, Mr. Wilson, it seems you've soiled yourself while you were asleep. He's like, oh, I wasn't
I
asleep.
wasn't asleep. Yeah, Wamsgans, fucking Matthew something. He's in a Succession. He's a really serious, goofy guy in Succession, serious
Mm,
and goofy at the same time, and he looks so funny in this. I'm very excited. I also just love that like he just goes the MCU. Look at it.
yeah. Yeah,
Join
yeah,
the
Yeah,
yeah,
MCU.
exactly.
specifically
A
phase
hero
1 and
among
2, though.
heroes.
We're not going to
Yeah, the
show
ones you
what will
like.
happen. Can you imagine
And
if
then
they
smell
showed
what
what
they're
was
cooking up.
happening right
he
now?
salutes Captain America, which is a nice little thing I like because in the comics, Deadpool has like a hero worship for Captain America. I think I'm excited to see just how he views the MCU because he already knows about it in the
Yeah.
Deadpool movies. Like he already
Mm.
knows about the MCU. Now he's gonna be like, oh, I get to join. That's
I'm
sweet.
in
All
it.
right.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks for
I'm Marvel
the
Jesus.
yeah.
Messiah.
I am Marvel
But can you
Jesus. The
imagine
dude's fucking face was just like
I don't even know what Marvel is.
Mhm.
they show the MCU to Deadpool, but it's like Cassie Lang, She-Hulk,
Yeah, the Hulk's son.
MODOK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm sure
yeah,
there'll be
all
a
the
joke
clips they
like that.
showed him are like, the main
It's
core Avengers. You
it's like
expect him
stuff
to
from
be
10
like,
years ago.
yeah, but
But I'm sure
he's gonna be like, oh, back when it was good. Yeah.
Like,
I'm
look at
sure
this.
he'll
See,
make a
see
joke
that
like
guy?
that though.
Dead. That guy? Retired.
Yeah.
You could join this
Hero
world,
among
but you're not
heroes.
going to meet any of these people.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, do I get to
So,
meet
but now
Iron
that
Man?
Deadpool, okay, so do you think Deadpool's
Yeah.
getting phased into the MCU? Like
Yes,
he's gonna join the
somehow.
MCU timeline proper, or
Yes.
he's gonna be like jumping through the multiverse kind of deal.
I think he's
I
jumped
think
through the multiverse and ends in the MCU.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. I
but
think he's
not. I
jumped
don't
in
think it's gonna be
multiverse
the end of
ends.
this. I don't see Deadpool joining the MCU in this movie, if anything. I
What?
think if they're gonna do that, I think Secret Wars genuinely Deadpool will be like a big character in that movie. I actually
Mm.
now I
Yeah.
think that will be a thing, especially there's a Secret Wars comic book in this trailer, which is
Yes. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Literally says Secret Wars on it. I
Mhm.
think that this is gonna be somehow the biggest part moving forward for this new multiverse phase. And I think that's kind of interesting because I think Deadpool is a really good character to do it with because again, he can tackle it like on the meta sense. I think that's a lot of the reason that like Across the Spider Verse was so cool was because we know these tropes. They attack it in the meta way. Deadpool's gonna kind of do the same thing,
Mhm.
except
Mm.
he's gonna kill like Jessica Gardner as Electra.
Electra.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, I think he's gonna be jumping through the multiverse because we see Patch in this trailer. We see. I
yeah.
don't know if that's Hugh
I don't.
Jackman
Yeah, I
too.
think that was not Hugh Jackman. He looked really small. I think that he could be 616 MCU
Well,
Wolverine.
or it could be like Daniel Radcliffe. It could be
Yeah,
whoever else people want as Targan
John
Elliott.
Krasinski. Yeah.
John. Sure.
What did you call Taggin Elliott? Tarrant. What did you?
Oh, the dude that plays Eggsy.
I said
You
Targan
said
Elliott. I think.
You said
Tarragon Elliott. What's his name? I don't even remember.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. Yeah,
Yeah, him,
Tarragon
sure.
Elliott.
Taggin Egerton.
Kingsman guy, you know, he's
Yeah.
short.
He's
Therefore,
awesome.
he has to be
Easy.
Wolverine.
And he's like besties. He's like besties with Hugh Jackman because of
Yeah.
Eddie the Eagle. Good
Mhm.
stuff.
Oh yeah, Eddie the Eagle. Weird
Cool.
movie.
It was
I
filmed
didn't
in
see it.
Alberta.
Look at that.
Okay. So was hashtag Roxy, but you don't see us talking about it.
Yeah.
So was Last of Us.
But the Deadpool.
Okay.
Do you
We
think?
don't get a lot of Hollywood here.
No shit.
That's what we're talking about.
We have the
you think,
first Mad Max movie.
James
filmed here.
Gunn said that he will never come to Edmonton because
Did he
Nathan
say that?
Fillion was born here.
Oh, yeah.
We have a pavilion here called the Nathan.
Oh, the
Fillion
Nathan Fillion
Pavilion.
Civilian Pavilion.
Pavilion.
Yeah.
And someone told James Gunn that during the Suicide Squad like press release, is like, this is in Edmonton. He's like, well, I'm never coming to Edmonton. So thanks, James
JD
Gunn.
just messaged the group chat, just said, oop.
Do you think that Deadpool? Who do you think he's got to? He's going to join the MCU eventually. Obviously, who's he going to meet?
Ironheart.
Yeah, probably Ironheart. Actually,
No,
Spider-Man.
in all reality, I'm guessing Sam Wilson.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
It's gonna be
Spider-Man. Oh, yes,
yeah.
Spider-Man. It has to be. Oh, that,
I mean,
that has to
Even
happen.
though it's a bromance that, like, I think it works eventually, but it did not work a lot of the times when they were pushing it. Yeah,
I've
it
read
works
all
eventually.
of Spider-Man and Deadpool. Remember that
Yeah,
series?
and it
from, like
gets
2014.
I do remember that series. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember being like, "Oh my god, Spider-Man and Deadpool! I
I
like
was
Spider-Man. I like
hyped
Deadpool."
for that too.
Yeah,
I remember pointing
I
on the
think-
cover,
yeah.
being like, "Look, his grenade. Spider-Man's shooting his grenade."
these good Mephisto's in there.
Yeah,
I think that relationship worked a lot eventually. I think that it's also an obvious money move to do Spider-Man and Deadpool because like
Deadpool
people
just
like
came out.
Spider-Man and people like Deadpool.
Like the movie just came
Also-
out too.
Yeah. And also we have Wolverine here. Is Hugh going to continue as Wolverine until we're done with this little thing, or is this it? And if he's going to continue, hear me out. What is bigger than giving us Hugh Jackman Wolverine and like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in the same movie?
Toby and Andrew is probably pretty bigger.
It's not bigger.
I think No Way Home is a little bigger.
I think Tyler is right. Like
You think I think that if they have those two chess pieces, they are. I think that is enough to sell $1 billion movie. I think just
probably
those
is,
two
isn't
characters.
it? It
Yeah.
probably is. Like that's in terms of the nostalgia charts. Like that's
Yeah.
got
And also
is a
something I
nostalgia
want to
thing,
see, something like that. I just so curious on what Secret Wars is going to end up being now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess we're not there yet, so we'll see eventually.
We still have Avengers 5 to get to first.
Yeah, we
Like,
still have to get through the Kang Dynasty.
if it is
Or
King
Avengers
Dynasty,
5, yeah.
it's
Whatever
not
it's gonna be
anymore.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do you remember last
Avengers
week when like
5.
I was pulling up the Instagram thing, like because the Instagram thing, I sound like an old man there, but like people were posting on Instagram that it was rumored to be called Deadpool and Friend because that's one of the
Friend,
things
yeah.
that Marvel
Yeah.
trademarked, and I showed it, and we were just all like, no, they better not, just call it Deadpool and Wolverine.
And they
Thank
did, yeah.
fuck that they did. Like that's
Mhm.
just
Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah.
what a perfect name. What a perfect name. You know
Well,
what I'm
Deadpool
saying?
and
that
Wolverine.
sells money
just-
already.
it's
Like
just-
you don't
it's
even
just-
have to know what this movie is. You just see the title.
You don't even
and
need
it's
to
like,
show him in the
sold.
trailer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm blown away
glimpse at
that the
end.
poster isn't just like Wolverine's claws with doing the 3. Like I'm
'Cause-
blown. I mean, I know they did that
Sure.
already for
They
X-Men
did that
3,
already, yeah.
but like
Yeah.
Wolverine's claws silhouetted on Deadpool's face, 3. There you go.
I think
But it's
because
a lot
every
I
of
mean, we
fan
haven't
lockets
seen
are
what the
just-
final poster is.
Yeah,
but
we only saw
I
the
like,
teaser
I like
poster.
the lockets though. I like that.
the lockets is cute. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
don't-
Ryan
also-
Reynolds and Hugh
okay,
Jackman have
I think-
those.
I don't really get the reveal of Wolverine at the end of the trailer, really though. Like I get it, like in a sense, but I don't think it's like I don't think that frame where it's just Wolverine's silhouette is like as like oh my god. as
God,
It's because
yeah.
we
could've been.
know.
Yeah, but
good
its
enough, I
movie's
guess.
literally titled Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like we clicked on the video, we knew he was going to be there. I think they could have
yeah.
had like
It's
a bigger
it's
money
in the
shot.
name of the video. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the best money shot they could have shown is Hugh with the mask because we haven't
Yeah,
seen that.
but they can.
That's
I
the
guess they
movie.
can hold that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
I think
so.
I mean we've also it's funny watching like them not reveal it in the thing as though we didn't like we haven't seen set videos of him running
Of him
around and
killing Mickey
fighting
Mouse or
like,
whatever. Yeah.
like we've
Doing
seen
just
him
whatever.
fighting Deadpool in front of the 20th Century
Oh.
Fox like statue like
Yeah. Who was
Oh,
in? Okay,
God,
well, that was a question I have actually.
that's so cool.
the
20th Century
grenade
Fox
or
thing. There.
the
Is that
reloading.
And there's like also like a
Oh, yeah.
Leviathan.
Oh, it's in the fucking it's in the Loki place, yeah, for sure.
Is
TVA.
Oh, I was not going to ask that. I was going to say, and this might be a leap. Is that Battle World?
No, unless they're making like that's their version of Battle World, and they're just.
I mean, that
like
could be their version of. I mean, that would be kind of interesting if they have.
That would be cool
because
because they had the Lokis that like everything gets pulled into that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the fragments
Oh,
of the
that's
multiverse.
Thanos
cool.
copter.
That could actually
That's
be
so
Battle World, and
cool.
because the comic says Secret Wars, dude. Like, there's literally a comic
That's-
book that says Secret Wars.
Oh, you might be
Like-
onto something here.
I
like,
think
I mean,
we just cooked
Is
this.
it a? I don't know if it's a retcon. I mean, I guess it's a retcon, but it's
They can
more
just rename
an explanation of what that place really is. Yeah.
It's kind of goofy to call it Battle World, but I mean, it was goofy
but
in the
it's-
comic, and we accepted it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a comic book. We're watching
Well,
a
it's
movie
like-
about a
it's the
dude called
Beyonder
Deadpool
named
and
it.
Wolverine. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the little furry monster. Or like-
yeah.
Are you referring to the animal?
yeah, the little
He
furry
called it
monster.
the little furry
Yeah,
monster. It's an animal.
Yeah, they're kind of little monsters. They look
They
like
are little
Tasmanian devils.
So
I
we
love
might have-
Tasmanian devils. Anyway.
So this is like breaking news. We have like an inside scoop for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm just inviting him here now.
Yeah,
JD joins the
every
call.
fucking time. This is a treat of a podcast. It's like a short one, but everyone's managed to be here in the end. Okay, black
Yeah.
t-shirt or white t. Of course.
He's
it's black.
closer to the
white,
kitchen
yeah.
this time, though.
You
Yeah,
look
what
good,
happened?
JD. Damn, you're looking fresh as fuck.
I literally just got out of the gym.
Yo.
I checked my Instagram DMs and I see you guys are recording. I forgot today is Friday.
Did
Yeah.
you why are you closer to your kitchen? Can you
'Cause I'm
explain to
cooking.
everyone?
Because I'm
Because
cooking.
he's
man.
cooking.
Literally
He's
cooking.
cooking. Yo, he's cooking.
What'd you think
let's
of
go.
the
JD's
Deadpool
working at
trailer?
Marvel at the moment, bro. That's why they're cooking so much.
What I
now.
think of what?
Deadpool.
Oh, it's lit. Patch.
I was going to bet he's going to say, "Oh, I didn't watch it."
Yeah, I thought
Nah,
you were
I mean,
looking
it played during the Super Bowl. Of course I watched it.
Oh yeah, it did. My mom texted me about it. Did you hear that it was the biggest, most viewed trailer ever?
Yeah.
that
was it
surprises
really?
me. That
I
surprises
mean, I
Yeah.
think
me.
every Marvel fan is like banking on this saving.
But that's the
them.
thing. Is I
Yeah,
was
this
thinking
is
like,
straight up.
there's no way that's true, and then I thought, oh, my mom texted me that there's a Deadpool and Wolverine trailer out, and she's never done that before. I guess this is the biggest trailer ever.
I like when your mom texts you about something that obviously you already know.
Yeah, I'm like,
and-
obviously I know there's a Deadpool.
But it's
she
nice.
goes,
Yeah.
You know,
"New
like,
Deadpool
you gotta
movie with
appreciate that kind of
Wolverine."
thing. Like your
Yeah.
mom knows that you care about it, so she's letting you know. And
She
I like
just said new Deadpool movie with Wolverine. That's what she wrote.
You should reply like,
Base-
"What?"
Base Tyler's mom.
you should have just been like, "What are you talking about?"
No way. No, are
you
you
were like,
shitting?
no,
voice
Fox,
message on
Fox
the-
still owns the X-Men.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
can't be
Hugh
true.
Jackman,
This
That's
can't
how
be
I have
Wolverine
breaking news for you.
died. They killed Wolverine actually. Yeah.
I saw
Mom, but
Logan.
it's not
and-
like-
Hey,
Aquaman
let me
before.
see if this is real or not. And then 2 minutes and
Yeah.
30
I,
seconds later, you have
like-
the Snyder cut scream.
Yeah.
What?
Those look good though.
JD,
That's
fantastic
okay.
forecast. We're all in agreement that they're kind of cooking. JD,
Wait,
Okay,
oh,
I actually am very
JD,
curious about this.
JD.
JD, you're a
Boo Pedro Boo.
fantastic.
Boo.
Fantastic Four is, I'm assuming, your big Marvel thing. That's the thing you like most about Marvel.
Probably like I think originally Daredevil was my favorite, but now that I've read so much Fantastic Four, it's Fantastic
That's
Four is my favorite in
crazy.
Marvel.
Is
Yeah,
it
so-
Spider-Man your main guy?
I mean, the thing is, I haven't read a lot of modern Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're.
I think I've read way more issues of like I've read like over a third of all Fantastic Four comics. Like that's crazy.
Wow. That,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, these
Probably
are
more
your
than me.
guys. Okay, so
yeah,
you don't.
I know more about Marvel than Tyler, is what he just said.
It's recorded
that is-
too.
I,
It's
I kind
recorded.
of did say that.
that
yeah,
is,
you're right.
yeah. That's,
So you don't like Pedro. What about Vanessa Kirby as
The-
Invisible Woman?
The rest are cool. I know. I get what Tyler's saying about Vanessa Kirby. Probably would have been a better Emma Frost, and he's probably right. But I think she's a good Sue. Like I think she
Yeah.
fits the profile.
Yeah.
Tyler's already come on here and been like, yeah, look, I
You
was-
did
I was-
what?
I was-
What?
Yeah,
I was
you
fucking
missed a
stupid.
lot.
Oh no! Oh no!
They all
yeah,
look good, I think, though.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all kind of excited for it, but I'm also a little skeptical about Pedro. But I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Pedro's the only. I think the
I
rest
think
of them
it's-
like nailed it. Pedro's the only one that I'm like, eh. And like
I
he'll
think-
probably like I think you guys said it, he'll probably do well in the part. He does well in every part. However,
Yeah.
I think we could have done a better casting.
Yeah,
You know what I think it is about Pedro? I think it's like his face. I think that's the only thing people don't like about it is they want him to look more traditional. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
he's old, dude.
He's
gonna
old.
die next year, man.
He's not that bad.
He's like 80. He's
not
47.
80. How old is Pedro
He's
Pascal?
47.
Is he 47? He's still getting older for the role that I assumed
think-
would carry this
I think
franchise
Hunter
forward.
said it. I don't know to trust Hunter because he's he always spreads misinformation. But didn't he say like he's the same age that Robert Downey Jr. was when he like started?
He will
as
be
Iron
when
Man.
this
You know what
movie
I mean?
comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which is interesting. I don't know. Oh, he's the same age. He's starting at the same age that Downey stopped being Iron Man.
But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess they're also doing
Oh.
like they disappeared in the '60s, and that's why he's older. And
Yeah.
World War II.
But I said this in the
World War
chat.
II. Read.
I didn't even think about
Actually-
the age.
I didn't
I
say
think-
this on the podcast, but I don't even think that the Fantastic Four movie is going to take place on the MCU Earth. I think it's very possible that's a different
The end of the
universe.
movie's going to be them getting to.
Yeah, and that could be what
They
like
get
the
folded
Avengers
in,
movies
yeah.
are about. Is about merging. Yeah.
Oh,
It'll make us
something-
care for the
Tyler,
multiverse.
tell JD about the thing that you were cooking up about Battle World and Loki.
Oh yes, okay. Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. There's like the place with the 20th Century Fox logo. We're gonna have all these desperate parts. Also, Pyro from the original X-Men movies is back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
kinda
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't recognize him.
Wolverine's back. Is it the place from the Loki show where they throw all the things at the end of time in the multiverse? And is that then going to be Battle World? Could be cool.
He's cooking with that.
I could get behind that. He's cooking.
That's
Thanos
ma-
copter,
Speaking of
Throg.
cooking, my stuff is burning right now. and I'm
Throg
not-
is there. That's right.
Yeah, you gotta find Throg.
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna be
just
the
like
key to
Throg
everything.
in the MCU. That's my
Oh my
favorite.
God,
picture of
JD
Harper.
is literally look. He's just cooking.
Oh,
Look at
God.
that whey protein container up there. Look, it's massive.
It's gigantic.
He has
Look at
one
all
of
the
those a
protein
day.
powders.
What else was in the news? Oh, should I talk about that dumb movie I saw?
Madam Web.
Yeah,
I guess so. But
That's-
I just want to say I forgot that Throg is in the MCU, which means
Hey, wait a second.
So we're going to the- oh, it's accurate. Throg's
Throg's coming to the MCU. That's my favorite
Wait,
thumbnail.
Tyler, can we like Bill Finger and Bob Kane the whole Loki thing? Because I feel like I contributed by saying
yes.
because I
Yes.
said, is that the place in Loki? You said it's Battle World. We collapsed together. We can both sort of, take
We
credit
created a
for it.
battle world.
It
out of our
is
battle
Deadpool,
world.
Can I Bob Kane it though?
No, you are Rob Liefeld in this.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll be
and
Rob
I'm,
Liefeld,
it is Deadpool.
creator of Deadpool.
Who
yeah,
is writing the
creator.
I'm Fabian Nicieza. I'm the guy that actually wrote that issue with Deadpool. Yeah, nobody remembers me.
Nope.
And I wrote everything else that
What the
Deadpool was
fuck
in
is he
after
doing?
Rob left.
Before we get into Madame Web, the other big Marvel news that happened this week was X-Men 97 trailer.
Mm.
Looks hard.
It does look, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It looks awesome.
It does look good.
Na-na-na-na-na-na.
God,
So
that yeah, I still get chills.
yeah, I
I
didn't even
couldn't
watch
even
that
give a
show as a
fuck about
kid.
the
I wasn't a
X-Men, that looks
'90s
cool.
kid.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not
like,
nostalgic to this, but it's like,
yeah, I loved it though. I mean,
mhm.
it's the iconic X-Men theme at least, and this is the iconic versions of the X-Men. Like
Mhm.
these are the most like people look at these as the most like canon versions of them in like culturally, the '90s cartoon.
Well, it's pretty accurate to the what's it called, Christopher Claremont run, right?
Yeah, it's just all of it. It's just literally what
You're
there's like
stiff
6
like
seasons.
Claremont.
The
I was trying to think of the
Christopher
name, yeah.
Claremont. And
Christopher
it's,
Columbus.
it's just
yeah.
it's pretty much all of it. So I've heard that it's. I mean, I haven't seen it. I'll probably sit down and watch
I'm in.
most of it.
JD, can you check? Can you like
Oh,
move your right?
I love Christopher Columbus.
Can you no. JD, can you move slightly? I just want to see like the dish rack in your kitchen, please. Look at the one plate that's there. It must be the
And the
only plate
scissor.
he owns.
I have a single man apart. I have like 4 plates.
I actually have 4 plates.
Do you
My
put
family
food on
came
all
down
4
to
of them
visit
and
me
then
once,
eat at
so
the
I needed
table
4
alone?
plates.
Do you-
Oh, so you had to go buy 3 more plates. God damn it.
But it's not that hard. You got to watch. You just watch.
They
and then
arrive
get
and you
the
just like,
plates
you
back.
guys bring your plates.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't yell at Harper that he lives with his mom anymore. Like this sucks. Why did you have to
Yeah, I
grow
know.
up?
But you have to
Sorry.
grow up. Do you say to the guy
Sorry.
older than you?
You say that to a 90-year-old man.
Hey,
But you have to grow up. Oh, wait. That's for the
Um,
60s. Harper's was born in the 60s.
If
Yeah.
God. No, that's pretty smooth. I won't lie. I still hate anytime Harper has any kind of background. It just bothers me so much. Did I hear Tyler say that he's
Don't
not a
do it.
90s?
Don't.
Imagine being born in 2000. Sir. I'm
I
born
mean,
in
you guys weren't 90s kids either, though.
I'm born in September of 1999. That means I lived
Yeah, but 90s kids were born in the
3
80s,
months
dude.
in the 90s.
Wait, we're
You
90s
said you
kids, you know?
Yeah.
The 90s were fun, but now we're paying for it.
now I'm paying for it.
Millennials, kid.
Can I talk about?
But yeah,
Yeah, should I do it?
X-Men looks good. I find it
Yeah.
hilarious that there's some people on the internet's complaining that it's woke. The
Yeah,
X-Men.
the X-Men
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
originally
Oh my
woke.
god. Yeah.
There's literally a scene in the trailer where there's like a mob saying like "Go home, no mutants." Like you're in that trailer. You're part of that
That's
crowd.
literally yeah. There also the newspaper said Hellfire Gala, which is cool. It also said Spider-Man on it. What if we get fucking Christopher Daniel Barnes back? That'd be something else.
That'd be insane, and I
It's not
feel like
even-
they could do
Dude,
it.
oh my god! If they did Spider-Man 95 or whatever the season, oh, that would be. I don't even want to get there. I don't even want to get there. That'd
Yeah,
be
don't
so
get too
insane.
excited, kids.
That would
I
be
think it's
insane.
gonna be good, but
Don't say low expectations.
I think it's gonna be good. I also think it's gonna be X-Men. So don't start thinking like, oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna get,
No,
like
I know. I mean,
90s
like
Iron
spin-offs and
Man.
shit. I'm just saying, Spider-Man is in. He's
in
on.
the
His
universe.
name is on the trailer. Like it says Spider-Man on. Oh my god, it says
That'll do it.
Spider-Man on the newspaper. So, I mean, we know which Spider-Man that is anyway.
The man himself.
Did you hear what I said, Harper? Don't you love that
Huh?
cartoon? What if they
What
did
cartoon?
Spider-Man 95 after this because Spider-Man is referenced in the X-Men trailer?
I do think Christopher Daniel Barnes is like the best Spider-Man voice ever.
You think
he's
he'll
the
voice
best.
him again? You think he'll voice that version of him again?
Imagine if he cameoed in this. Is that what you're saying?
That's what
It'd be
I'm saying because on the newspaper in the X-Men.
Yeah, I saw
97
that, and it was like him and
trailers,
Eddie Brock like had shared
Yeah.
like on one of the articles too. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Venom?
That was when I
Venom.
first met Eddie Brock, dude. But yeah,
Oh
that'd
my
be
God.
cool. He
Yeah,
can
it'd be
cameo.
cool.
All right, do I have to do it?
You do.
Madam Web. Yeah, you got to talk
So I
about
found this post. I love it. I'm gonna read this to you. All of these events happened in Madam Web except for one. Can you guess which is the lie?
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Madam Web is born in a cave in Peru with the help of magic spider people.
True.
The three spider women never get powers and are only seen in costumes during dream sequences.
True.
True. Yeah, I
Evil
heard
Spider-Man is killed by a large Pepsi sign.
that.
That's also true. I know that's true.
Madam Web becomes wanted for kidnapping by the NYPD.
That could be true.
Madam Web runs down evil Spider-Man in her car twice.
It's got to
I feel
be
that's
true.
Yeah.
Peter Parker is born but not named.
True.
True. I knew
Madam
that.
Web inexplicably splits into 3 ghost-like copies of herself near the end of the movie. Which
that
of those is a
Astral
lie?
projections?
Is that all true?
It's all true. That
Yes! Yes!
Wait, she gets like Doctor Strange astral projections or something?
yeah,
she
for
fu-
no
she
reason.
fucking-
Oh, she's
And
like
then-
Godspeed. Like she
Well, so okay. I saw Madam Web. I did see it. So she is born in a cave in Peru by magic spider people.
In Peru.
Okay,
There's-
okay. What
I
is
was
that? Are
born
like people
in a
with
cave
eight
in Peru.
arms?
La Araña or La
La
Sara-
Araña.
What do you
something like
mean
that.
by magic spider people?
It's people that in the Amazon with Spider-Man's powers.
You enjoying this episode?
No Spider-Man though, even to the point where we see Ezekiel, he goes and he climbs around like Spider-Man, and then Sydney Sweeney says he's like some sort of spider person. They don't say Spider-Man though. And so yes, that happens. She does run him down in the car twice. I think both of the times it's with an ambulance.
It's awesome.
There's a line where Uncle Ben, who is in this movie as a character, this marks the first Spider-Man movie with Uncle
Yeah,
Ben where
Parks
he
and
doesn't
Rec.
die. Yeah, Adam Scott, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about how like he didn't get shot. He's a paramedic, and he's like, oh, it beats being shot in war. And she's like, you never get shot at in Queens. I don't know, some sort of stupid joke like that. Yeah, there's a part where we meet Mary Parker, played by Emma Roberts, because again, Peter Parker's in this movie because he's a baby. She's pregnant with him in the movie.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, Ben can't wait to be an uncle." We're at that now. We're at the point where like they want us to go
Uncle
like, "Oh,
Ben."
because of Uncle Ben."
Yeah,
I went to go pee. I went to go pee, and my girlfriend told me I missed the Aunt May cameo, which I don't even know if that's true. But if that is true, and there's an Aunt May cameo, like that's like a big deal. Like
who
that's
cares?
ridiculous. And there was another. Oh my god, this was the thing. I think that Sony's actually going insane because Emma Roberts as Mary Parker references
He's done
Richard.
cooking.
Obviously, he's done cooking. What'd you make? Oh, he's walking away.
He's walking away.
I had to make fish tonight because I'm a devout Catholic like Matt Murdock, and it's a Lent, so no meat today.
Oh,
Oddly
Hey, JD.
specific.
pescatarian.
As
Pedro
Nirvana
Pascal.
would say, it's okay to eat fish because they don't have
They
any.
don't have any feelings.
Feelings.
Mwah, mwah. I love you as Mr. Fantastic.
Turn that fucking
Mwah.
off. I fucking despise when you do these backgrounds. First of all, Tyler, you walked out to use the bathroom during this movie. Like that's just
Yeah.
shocking. As a cinema guy,
I never do that.
I
never do that. I was
yeah.
like, I gotta go pee. It is Madam Web. Like I can go pee.
Yeah,
during
but,
Madam
like-
Yeah, it's
Web.
Madam Web.
you're a cinema guy, right? Yes
I
or no?
know. Yes,
You might have lost to Hunter, but like, you know,
He did.
I did.
he's
But
a
it's
cinema
like-
man. You're a cinema boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler, I
I
don't
was
know
gonna-
if you do this, but if I'm seeing a long movie, I make sure not to drink a lot of water during the day. 'Cause I'm like,
No, I know.
this is
Dude,
3 hours.
This is the
Hunter
first
saw
movie
the
I've
Lord-
gone to pee during in like years.
When Hunter saw the Lord of the Rings, he pissed himself 3 times.
I did.
Yeah.
And what now? I just
Oh.
don't drink water. When I saw
You just wore a diaper.
great movies like
I can see Hunter unironically doing that. Actually,
I
Wearing a
can
diaper
too,
for
yeah,
3
no.
or yeah.
You're
in a row.
yeah, I can unironically
you can
see
see
that.
me
I do-
pissing my
I do
pants when I was
think-
4. Okay.
I do think you're a big diaper shitty poo poo bum bum baby.
Turn off the background, please. It's bothering me.
Okay. Fine.
The,
God damn.
There's a part in this movie where we meet Mary Parker again, and she is referencing that Richard isn't there. And she says, and someone says, "Where is he?" And she goes, "Oh, Dubai, Kuwait. I'm not even sure." And I'm like, are they really referencing
Amazing
the-
Spider-Man
the
2.
like, no, not even the Amazing Spider-Man 2. The spy stuff? Like, do they want us to go, oh, what's Richard
Oh.
Parker doing so that they can do a Richard Parker spy spinoff?
Surely not.
Pennyworth.
But that has to be why they would put that line in.
Pennyworth. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Pennyworth.
Richard Parker, the origin of
Yo.
Spider-Man's father.
Fucking
the
God,
origin
yeah.
of Batman's butler. I forgot
Yeah.
that's what it was called.
Still,
God
though,
images.
this movie
Is that bored?
This movie got an Uncle Ben before Tom Holland got an Uncle Ben. So if you ask me, Madam Web
This
is
is
better
true.
than the Tom Holland trilogy.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Let me think. She does get her iconic chair, as Harper said
I
last
heard
week.
about that.
She gets blinded. She does go blind.
Okay.
then
How
she
does she go
says the-
blind?
I
She
think she gets hit in the
drowns or
fire-
something. Oh, with a firework,
fireworks hit her
right?
in the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has the line that every character in a blind movie says, or every character that goes blind in a movie says, or she says,
I see so
I
much
am
more.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I see. So, like, oh, are you okay? Oh, I see better than I ever have before.
Yeah.
whatever. That
That
I'm
is
trying to
what every
remember.
blind
Just
character
a lot of
says.
shit in this movie. I mean, it's Madam Web. Like, I didn't expect anything from it. I expected
Her
it to
web
be worse,
connects us
honestly.
all.
I saw a review that said that this movie makes Morbius look like The Godfather, which is pretty funny.
And I haven't seen Morbius yet, so maybe if
Yeah,
I
even
watch Morbius now, I'll
Yeah, I
go,
think you gotta
oh
watch
shit, this is
this
cinema,
universe."
dude.
I still haven't
Yeah.
seen Venom 2. Let there be more carnage than the first one.
It's definitely
have
better
to
than
have seen
Madam
that.
Web.
That movie was ass.
Yeah.
Think of another.
I'm excited for
line
us
in this
all to watch
movie.
Venom 3, though.
Yeah, Venom 3 is at least.
I gotta watch
I've-
Sonic 3 and Venom 3. I might actually kill myself.
JD, you gave Sonic 2 like 3 out of 5. Like,
Yeah, that's
you love
huge
it.
for
Like,
you.
Every time Tails talks, I literally want to put my gun in
Leave
my
Tails alone.
Put my gun in my mouth, he said.
Did you
There
like
are
the?
bite-
Did
There are bite marks on my Glock after watching that movie.
God damn.
It's like a dog. Just...
Wow.
JD, did you like
Another
the
line.
action in Sonic?
I mean, it was,
pretty good,
it was fine. Like, Sonic turns golden, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Supersonic. Mm-hmm.
Could give
Oh
some
my
fuck.
goodness. Shut up.
Eggman is like, my mustache. He made like 5 comments about his mustache. Bro, nobody cares.
He's literally
Bro, nobody
me.
laughed. Nobody laughed the first time, buddy.
Also, why is he called Eggman? Like, all right, he's called Eggman in the games because he's fat, but like in this one, he's not fat. He doesn't even look like an egg.
You know, Sonic says in the first movie that his robots are shaped like eggs. They explain this.
I didn't.
Okay, you got me there. I paid attention to the first one. Shit was ass. Hey, yeah. There was no Uncle Ben cameo. There was no Aunt May. There was no Richard Parker. Kind of
When Eggman gets his like suit,
no
his
Peter
new
Parker.
suit after the satellite thing, he screams, "I've been rehashed."
No, I missed that.
I thought that was funny.
Of course you did. You have like the fucking 10-year-olds that are in the theater with you watching Sonic. You have the same IQ as them. Of course you thought.
Actually, my theater was all adults, which I thought was odd too.
That's sad.
That's sad, yeah.
I'm not
My
alone.
theater for Madam Web was pretty full. It was Valentine's
They're all not
Day.
allowed
That was-
500 feet within like the premises of a school like you.
Well,
But,
so
you
it's
know.
Hunter.
Well, I went into the theater. I'm like, God, I'm gonna be annoyed by all these kids. They show up and it's all just adult men. I was like, oh, okay.
JD, what happened there?
My upstairs neighbor must have just like put something down. All of a sudden, I heard. And I was like- I felt like
He's
the
watching-
like
He's watching fucking Sonic 2. He's just
Yeah, he's trying to like load a shotgun. He's like keeps hitting on the
I
floor.
tried to Kurt Cobain myself, but it didn't work. I didn't have Courtney Love to do it for me.
But yeah,
Wow, dude, what a conspiracy.
my Sonic theater was full, and we all cheered when Supersonic came out. So-
Okay,
all
I would
cheered.
legitimately rather hear about Madam Web than the
Okay,
Sonic
yeah,
movie.
sorry. We'll get back to Madam
Oh,
Web.
there's that line. There's a line in Madam Web where the dude says, if you accept the responsibility, great power will come.
Will
And I booed, and other
Nice.
people booed, and it was just
You
bad.
booed.
And they said it twice, dude. They said it twice. They said that line literally twice.
Did this movie make more? Is it going to make more money than Blue Beetle? Like, can they project that shit out?
Oh, I don't know actually. I
Like,
actually don't know how this
Surely
movie's doing.
not.
Prop,
Surely
man.
not.
I don't know how this movie's doing actually. I hope it's I mean, I can't assume it's doing well. It's Madam Web.
Is it the worst comic book movie you've ever seen? Is it
Oh,
worse than
that's a question.
Catwoman? Is it worse than?
I haven't seen
That's a
Catwoman.
question.
You've never seen
Isn't
Catwoman?
that the question?
No, I haven't seen Catwoman.
I haven't seen
Why would I
Catwoman
watch
either.
Catwoman?
Why
haven't
would you
seen
watch Madam
Catwoman.
Web?
Well, I mean, I saw Madam Web in theaters. I wouldn't like if Madam Web
Hmm.
came out 20 years ago. I wouldn't have watched it.
Okay, so you see Catwoman, you have to pay $15
If I had to pay $15 for it,
and travel
to the movie
Yeah.
theater,
I'd,
yeah.
I'd go to way more effort. Yeah.
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 Then you
The
would watch
re-release
Catwoman.
for the
true.
20th anniversary? Might have to go.
Well, it definitely
Mm.
fits into that
What do you-
period of time. It takes place in 2003, and it's also
Mhm.
probably as bad as Catwoman. People
I
say
heard
that.
that the Spider Girls are just like stereotypes. There's like the nerdy girl.
Oh yeah,
and-
Sydney Sweeney plays just a nerd, and there's a lot of
Is-
times
That
where
was on
like,
HBO Max. Just throwing that out there.
oh okay, I know
Oh.
what I'm gonna do after
Is
the.
she
after we
as
start recording.
terrible in this as she is in literally
Euphoria?
fucking everything? No, everything that she's in because she can't act at all.
No,
Harper,
she's
what have you
so-
seen
I
with her
listen,
in it?
Euphoria.
And
Yeah,
I feel like I have seen her in
You
something.
said
else.
I've seen her in
everything.
I have no
I've seen
idea
her
what
in
it
a
is.
couple things.
She's terrible in everything. I've seen plenty.
I think that
seen
she's
plenty of it.
hilarious. Because I don't know if I do find her terrible, if I
She's
just find her
terrible.
like stupid or like whatever.
But she's stupid and terrible.
Like Cassie
Everything she
in
says is like,
Euphoria is hilarious
Who
to
is
me.
this?
Sydney
Cassie
Sweeney.
is Sydney Sweeney.
And in
Let's
this
see. Oh,
movie,
she's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Anyone But You, Under the Silver
I
Lake.
did see Anyone But
Reality.
You. She's in Ellen DeGeneres. Like I've seen her in a lot of movies. I think she's hilarious. Every time she in this movie though, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of times where characters will like yell at her, and she'll just go. And she'll
Yeah,
just
that's
have, like,
what
a-
she
she'll
does in
just-
Euphoria. It's the same
It's
thing.
it's exactly what she does in Euphoria. It is,
It's the
and I
same
find that character
shit.
hilarious. I love laughing
Cassie
at
is
that character.
Cassie is hilarious in that fucking
Yeah, and
show.
so I
bro.
think
She's
that
the
she was kind of
dumbest
hilarious
character.
in this movie because of just how fucking pathetic it was.
Mm,
It
yeah,
was
that's
so
what I
funny.
mean.
Yeah,
Was
I
it
was
boring
laughing quite a
bad?
bit. I was never bored.
okay,
I'll say that. I was entertained thoroughly. She hijacks 2 ambulances and 2 cabs. She like does a lot of Grand Theft Auto in this movie.
okay.
Madam Web, not Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, I thought you were talking like nerdy
yes.
girl. Okay.
Cassandra Webb. There's a part where she like lets a stray cat into her apartment, and she goes, "Us strays have to stay together."
Oh my god.
There was another line. I can't think of it though, but there's another line where I was just like, "Oh wow, nobody wrote this.
Somewhat
Nobody.
The
entertaining.
AI
Morbius
generated.
guys wrote this." Yeah,
Like
the Amazon line isn't in it though.
Yeah, I heard that.
She was
no.
with my mom when she was in the Amazon while she was researching spiders right before she died. That's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Also, she was born in the Amazon, Madam Web. Like as a baby, her mom is dead in childbirth. So Cassandra Webb is born in the middle of the Amazon, and then she like goes back to America somehow. Like they say she joins a foster system. I'm like, how does she even have a social security card, dude? Like, where did she get any? She was born in the
I like
middle
how
of the
that's where your
Amazon
mind goes. That's where
in
your
a
mind.
magic pool.
Well, we didn't see her do any paperwork here.
No, but they literally show her ID and like her social security. I'm like, how did
She
she
couldn't
get
fake
one?
paperwork. She couldn't get a fake license and a fake social security
She
number.
She didn't even know she was born in the Amazon. Who gave her all this?
Oh,
Is my question.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle
Duh.
Ben. Yeah. No, but Uncle Ben is her
No, Richard
coworker.
Parker.
Oh,
Richard
I
Parker.
remember. I remember. She dies in the movie at the beginning, right? And then she comes back to life as Madam Web. And she has died. She literally died. And she's like, "Did I die?" And then Uncle Ben's like, "For 3 minutes, yeah." And then Uncle Ben goes, "You okay? You kind of seem out of it." And I'm like, "Bitch,
I
she,
just fucking
she
died.
literally died. Like she just died. Like, what do you mean? Are you okay?
So
You
do-
seem
so
a
do you
little
think-
out of it."
So do you think when Uncle Ben gets shot years later, she's gonna go up to him and be like, "You okay? You seem out of it." He's like,
Yeah,
laying
you
on
seem
the
a little out of it, Uncle Ben. Yeah.
Peter,
Peter.
Hey, you seem out of it.
Peter's born. Peter's in this movie. It felt a lot like Trouble. That's what it felt like to me. Anytime we get infant
Oh,
Peter Parker and a pregnant person with Peter,
wow.
yeah, that's what it felt like. So take that as you will.
Dakota Johnson.
She doesn't even know what movie this is. Like,
No, she
remember.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So she's been doing a lot of interviews lately and being very transparent, which is kind of funny. She said when she signed in this movie, the script was completely different.
Yeah, and
She
also
said pretty
she
much-
definitely thought this was an MCU movie.
She thought it was an MCU movie, and the reason she signed on was because Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, was saying how much fun Marvel movies are. So she's like, "All right, I'll join, and maybe our characters could interact." So she joined this.
Imagine that.
Sony apparently
Madam
approached
Web.
her being like, "You want to be in a Marvel movie?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do." So she was kind of manipulated into joining this.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all were. I think that's how they get people into
Not
the
the only
Sony
time
movies.
a woman in Hollywood was manipulated. Am I right, fellas?
Don't high
Why
five
you-
that.
why are you
I mean, it's
high-fiving
true.
it?
Don't-
I mean, it's
It's not
true.
wrong. Like JD, all of that was correct up until the
bad.
high five.
But he's high fiving for us for acknowledging it because it's wrong.
For acknowleding
Yeah.
the trailer
good
for
men-
Madame Web.
good men control the world.
The trailer for
Wait,
Madame
what?
Web came out a few months ago.
That's not right.
It had that terrible line that Tyler mentioned about the Amazon.
Yeah,
On the dislikes, a week after the trailer came out, Dakota Johnson fired her agent, and she's with a new
Yep.
company now.
Yeah.
So completely fired her. And during an interview that happened, it was released today. It said, "What do you think of the movie?" She said she doesn't know if she'll see it.
I don't know if I'll see it. I'll see it
Based.
maybe.
She's
That's
like,
being fair,
"Maybe
like-
one day."
Like I get that she's firing her agent here, but like, would a simple Google search not have told her this is not an MC? Like, literally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
How
that's
do
a-
you work in that industry and have no literacy around how
Or-
it works
or-
what?
Yeah.
If she's
Like-
friends with Elizabeth Olsen so much, could she not have texted Elizabeth Olsen and be like, "Oh, maybe our characters will interact. Do you think I should take this role?" And then Lizzie Olsen could have said, "No, you dumb bitch. That's not even in my universe."
I was gonna say I
That's
died
Sony,
in
not
Doctor
Disney.
Strange.
But I think that's how they get people into these Sony movies, though. I think they tell them you're going to be in a Marvel movie, and they're not wrong. It just says in association with
Mhm.
Marvel instead of Marvel Studios.
They didn't have to sell Jared Leto that way. They were just like, "We get that you played the worst comic book character of all
Yeah.
time.
And, you know,
However,
intriguing.
Let's do it again. Yeah,
you
do it
do it
again.
even worse."
The guy that
Did-
plays the detective in Morbius, forget his name.
I haven't seen
He
Morbius,
was
so I don't
he
know.
was the guy that thought that God, I'm forgetting names already. Who's the guy that directed
Directed what?
Goodfellas?
Oh, fucking
Martin
Martin
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Yeah, Martin- sorry, he-
Martin.
He was the guy that posted on his Instagram that Martin Scorsese saw.
Oh,
Morbius.
Tyrese.
Yeah,
Tyrese Gibson. And
Oh
then
my
Martin Scorsese thought it
God.
was like the greatest movie ever.
He thought that it was an MCU movie because during an interview on the red carpet for Morbius, they asked if there's any characters you want to meet, and he says he hopes that in Morbius 2 he gets to have Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury in it. On the red carpet to Morbius.
That being said, though, like I guess actors are just really dumb. Who was the one who said they want to meet Rorschach?
Oh yeah, the guy
Nolan
played Atom
Centineo
Smasher.
in,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Black
Oh,
Adam.
Fucking hell, that was
Probably Rorschach.
crazy.
That's just like
What superhero do you want to team up with? Rorschach.
Rorschach.
Yeah, probably Rorschach.
What?
Yeah. Ezekiel's in this movie and he just dresses like Spider-Man. He's got spider powers. He wears his iconic outfit of white hair and no shoes with a suit on.
Nice.
He did that at least.
Amazing.
The costumes that we see for 5 seconds are terrible, but they're not like super terrible. Like I don't even know how
It's
to
just
do
the eyes. You need the white eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
Can you
about
imagine
Madam
if
Web.
like Tom Holland's suit, just the eye lenses were just cut out so you just see his eyes?
Oh,
His
hey, we were
eyeballs.
speaking about that. If you look at Daredevil, if you look at Charlie Cox in the Daredevil suit for Born Again, he does have the complete red
eyeballs,
eyes. It's
right?
just the stunt double that had the weird like cut out.
It's probably so we would see better.
Yeah, we were talking about like we were like, I hope the eyes aren't. That looks dumb as fuck. No, it's not that way. That's good.
Okay.
Felt that was necessary. Here we go.
Tyler
Here we
Tyler
go.
gave
Yeah, it's kinda
Aquaman and Dark Phoenix are the only two superhero
Put it
movies.
on. Put it
lower
on.
ratings
Put on the
than this
mask.
movie.
Okay.
Oh,
Put on
I,
the
wait, I
suit.
gave them both a 1 star, right?
Yeah, those both a 1 star, and then you equal to the 1.5 you gave Madam Web. You gave Suicide Squad, The Flash,
movie.
Black
Here we go
Adam,
again.
Batman
movie.
Forever, X-Men Origins Wolverine, Halloween Ends, Fant Four Stick,
Just a lot of bad superhero movies there, actually.
It's back. Look at him.
Classic.
This is like this is what the Madame Web suits are like because they just show the eyes.
That's
Yeah,
Because this
so
obviously looks better if you have like that there, but
they do look like that.
Look at you. Please stay like that for the rest of the show because we can hear you perfectly fine.
yeah, it sounds super muffled, doesn't it?
No, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
completely normal.
You can't see your mouth moving.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird
Yeah,
for me.
I
but
actually like hiding the mustache. To be honest, this looks better.
Yeah,
Thanks,
this is an
man.
improvement.
Like that
I
guy is
agree.
allowed into a kid's Foot Locker as opposed to
because
Hunter.
he's
who's
Spider-Man. They let Spider-Man in.
I guess I should wear this when I see Sonic 3.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Dude.
Or you can paint yourself black and be Shadow.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time for Trudeau. over
Canadian
there.
did that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Trudeau though. I don't know about that.
Yeah, yes, Tyler.
Nobody? Nobody?
Oh.
No, I was gonna high five you. There we go.
JD, do you want to know a crazy thing I said about you the other day?
You said about me? To who?
Yeah.
do?
My partner said to me, like, oh, and JD's like up there with your best friends. And I said, yeah, he might be
No.
like best man material. And she went, I thought that too.
Whoa!
I finally have a
Legit.
reason to go to Australia. Yes.
It's a legit. You have a reason to live now, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And then we said Tyler's not invited.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't invite him.
Would I be invited?
Oh no, his face. No, he did the
Would you invite Hunter?
face. Yeah.
I'll wear
Contractually,
this.
Gotta-
have to.
He's wearing.
Don't wear that. Don't wear the mask.
All right, but he's wearing a tuxedo, but it has two tails coming out the back.
I like it.
He-
There's a wedding in
okay.
Sonic 2 where that James Marsden just crashes, or I just do that to
Yeah,
to
that
Robin.
wedding goes
I
on
But
way
it was
forgot
too
actually-
long.
Cyclops
it was
is in
actually
those
an undercover
movies.
sting. So
It was an undercover. That's true.
that is like the dumbest fuck. I mean, among the dumb scenes. The
What
dance
is
is
that
the
movie?
worst scene in Sonic 2, but
I agree that
Dance
the
Off's
wedding is like
fire.
it's
So
kind of
dumb.
ridiculous because the wedding scene goes on for like 20 minutes.
And
you
then-
Yeah, we
don't-
spend a
then-
lot of time without Sonic in that movie.
Yeah,
it
it's
also
like,
has
let's-
it also has the Mary Jane in Spider-Man 2 video game effect where like a taser just takes down everybody.
oh yeah,
Hey,
it does-
that was based as fuck.
Oh,
You know,
right.
the more
Although they-
distance we get from that game, the more I'm like, it was fine.
yeah, it was just fine.
It was fine.
I do like in when they like the groom who's actually a secret agent to Gunn, he gets tased and he's just like, am I dying? I feel so cold. It's like, yeah, you landed on our ice sculpture. So I think there's
There's no
some
way.
good
There's
jokes
no
there.
way a special agent would be that dumb. I'm sorry, they wouldn't.
Fair.
I mean,
Not
but it's a,
comic
it's a
accurate.
cartoon world. It's a silly
Not-
world where they have a thing that spells gun. Is their secret agency, right?
Mhm.
I just want to
Yeah,
know,
a
like, all right,
gun.
so if Robotnik was responsible for the Iraq War, was like Gerald Robotnik responsible for like World War II? Was he up there with Hitler? Like, I need to
Probably.
know.
Yeah. No, Gerald
Was it the
Robotnik worked
60s?
for the
Think about
United
it.
States government.
Think about it. The Nazis
Oh.
like wanted to go to space, and Gerald Robotnik goes to space. So what if that was the Nazi program to get
What
Germans
they could
into
say
space?
would
But
definitely
Johnson would
return
definitely return for a
Madam
Madam
Web
Web
sequel.
sequel.
I think she's just saying that.
You sure about that? I
was
love
gonna
that
say,
picture.
Gerald.
That picture, how do we tell him? Just reminds me of Hunter. Just 'cause I feel like Hunter's like the most innocent in the group. And
How do we
like
tell
like
him?
sometimes we have to explain to him like people like babies are made through sex, and Hunter's just like
I thought it
no.
was a stork.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna
thought
say,
that-
do you think Gerald Robotnik is like maybe like his dad was like a Nazi scientist? You know,
I
when
think
the
so.
Americans
Yo,
took in Nazi
Gerald
scientists.
Botnick has been casted too, so it's gonna go hard.
Who's Gerald Robotnik?
What is
Christopher
what
Lloyd?
Is
Like
he
from
really?
Back to the
What?
Future, yeah. Doc.
Wow.
Doc Brown. That's it. That's
from the
perfect, actually.
Mandalorian? The guy in the
from
Lizzo
that
episode of
with
The
Lizzo, yeah.
Mandalorian?
Well, Christopher
that's
Lloyd.
Harper's favorite episode when Jack Black and Lizzo star.
Do you remember how angry I was?
Yeah, you still
I
are.
still
angry
am.
about
I
it.
still am. Like that is that. Like I was
Wait,
thinking,
did
like,
you
oh, we
show
should watch the
Vicky-
Mandalorian.
Did you show Vicky like Mandalorian? Like, did you skip that episode? Like,
Do you know, like, we finished Ahsoka last night, which, by the way, she once again teared up when Force Ghost Anakin showed up at the end. I was like, bro, that's your kryptonite, apparently. You put some blue around.
I mean, to be honest,
it goes fucking hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harper,
You know what
Harper.
I said to her? I
Wait,
said,
really quick, Harper, fake your death, die for like a year, then show up and
come
like,
back blue.
Yeah, paint yourself blue.
Yeah.
And just like stand outside her lawn in the middle of the night and just wait for her to look out and just stare up.
I said, do
Need
you
to kill a
understand
bunch
why
of
I have
kids
so
first.
many? I said, do you understand now why I have so many Anakin hot toys? And she went, yeah, I think you should get more.
Oh no, this
Are
is
there
a
more?
I
bad
was like, bro,
influence.
do not,
Please
do
marry
not
this
say
woman.
that.
Please
That's a
marry this
bad
woman.
call.
Are there more?
Yeah, I mean, there's that episode 2 one. Hey.
Oh God! What if they make little boy Jake Lloyd Anakin again? Jake Lloyd
No,
Anakin.
I hate him. He's the worst one.
He's the worst. One.
This is
Yeah, we finished Ahsoka last night, but for Mandalorian stuff, I was like, oh, let's just watch the Ahsoka
You just
episode.
moan.
Yeah, we just watch.
Pedro.
So we just watched the Ahsoka episode, and then I was like, hey, so there's a Boba Fett show. And
Ew.
it's some of it's not really about Boba Fett. Yeah, she likes the theme song. The theme song still just goes.
Oh, you are watching it.
Ba-dum,
Ba-dum,
yeah, it's
bum.
excellent. So we didn't fully watch the man because I don't want to get to. Why did season 3 suck so? Oh man, it's so
Mandalorian and the
bad.
Jedi though was a good episode.
Yeah, no, that's the episode that we watched.
Yeah,
They'll
it's
never
just
see
Princess
it coming,
Mononoke,
yeah.
but it's fucking
It's
awesome.
so sick. It's
I
so
understood the
sick.
reference.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that reference.
I guess real quick, do you guys want any information on Ultimate Spider-Man #2?
No, I'm going.
Okay.
It's time.
Wait, I don't know.
Actually, I fucking
This
don't care. at
question,
all.
I don't understand your Instagram story post before Hunter when you were like, "This was just on the shelf." Like, didn't it just come out?
No,
No, it
it's
comes out
out.
next
It's
week.
out in next week.
Oh, so Roy fucked up. Roy
Yeah.
leaked.
Yeah. I said in the group chat, I was like, the benefits of Roy being a fucking
Batman.
moron. Like, he just does this every other week.
Wow, the Jesus symbolism on Joker.
Batman.
Did Zack Snyder write this comic?
Batman. Dude, the art's so good though. You can't even tell me it's not
The art
good.
is good, but there's clearly like Michael
That's Willem
Keaton
Dafoe.
and Ben Affleck and Christian Bale. I'm reading the wrong thing.
But come on. It just looks really good.
It does
Black
look
Cat?
good.
Is that Black Cat?
It looks like Black Cat. It's just old Selena. But that is just Ben
no,
Affleck
that's Black
though.
Cat.
Like that's just like
Oh, you have the
that's
issue.
Michael
Ben
Keaton.
Affleck.
No, I
No,
think
I
it's
think that's
Michael
Ben.
Keaton.
Oh, maybe.
There's
Anyway, they explained
Ben,
the three
like,
Jokers in this
down
issue.
there.
I don't care.
Yeah, they explained it again. They like retcon it.
3 Jokers
Yeah.
still exists. God, that feels like so
Yeah.
long now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chip
say,
is
I-
like Chip's got to
Barbara
come up
and
with a
Jason
reason
Kidd?
for it.
Oh God, that's
Oh, I
gross.
forgot about that. Yeah.
God. I wish I could etch that out of my memory.
And remember when Jason's like he gives her a letter. He's like, "If you kiss me again, I won't be Red Hood." And it's like, you're so
Yeah.
lame, dude. You're lame as fuck. Yeah, he's literally like, I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
kiss again, I won't be Red Hood
And
anymore.
then Dick's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kissed,
like-
he's kissed
bruh.
Starfire too. Like this guy can't. He's just going after Dick's like love interest. He's
Going
gonna
after
go after
what?
He's
he's
a
gonna go
Sean.
after Sean Sang next.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I mean, based. The blue
Helena
hair goes hard.
Bertinelli.
Yeah, he's just gonna look at like all Dick's past relationships and be like, all right,
He's gonna be looking at all dicks. God, that's weird.
bro, are you in 2015?
I was gonna say JD's turned into Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man from the first movie. Nice outfit. Did your husband make it for you?
No,
I mean, those
like,
jokes go hard.
People joke
we should
about
just-
like, oh, Nightwing's name is Dick Grayson, but we've been doing this podcast for years now.
Where is
about
he
Dick
taking
Grayson.
us?
I'm going back to my desk now.
Where is he taking us?
I'm
Hello,
gonna go take
people
a
of
piss. I'm
Gotham.
gonna go take you out to the bathroom.
I'm leaving.
people
I'm
of
gonna go.
Gotham.
Where are you going?
All right. Yeah, I think we're about to wrap up anyway, right? We got
Where are you
nothing
going?
else.
Well,
To spend time with a woman? The fuck?
spend time
Oh.
with Pedro Pascal.
I forgot that you're meeting him today.
I'll give him another little kissy. You want me to give him a little kissy?
No, bro,
Give him a super stretchy
This
kiss.
is a green screen. The real person, you need to consent.
Oh, hey Pedro. Oh wait.
When
How
was
do I
the
make?
first talk
How
about
do I make
consent?
digital Pedro
It was on
Pascal
November
consent?
17th, 2015.
All right,
I don't know
well,
how to do it.
have fun with Jonathan Majors, man. Like,
All right. Peace out, boys.
gee.
bye, Australia.
Da-na-na-na-na.
That's the
What
Australian
the hell? How'd you
national
get
anthem.
balloons? How'd you get
I just
balloons?
did the peace sign.
But I do peace sign. I get
It's
confetti.
just going over you. Doesn't work for me either, JD.
What the fuck?
Because
No,
your
hang
camera's
on.
all fucked up, Hunter.
Yeah, well, mine is. Yeah,
Wait.
that's true.
Okay, wait. I
He really
thought-
doesn't have
wait.
to go anywhere.
No, he does. He's just.
Yeah, he's lying.
He's
Bro was
just
actually
making an
lying.
excuse to talk to Jonathan Majors.
Is
One
he
and balloons is one. So what if I
This is
do
one.
two and then one? Oh,
For audio listeners, there's this thing on Zoom where if you do certain hand
Yeah,
signals,
for audio
a
listeners,
filter
just
turns
stop
on.
listening to this show.
Yeah,
You don't need to
please
listen
stop.
anymore.
So
Give us a
Harper's
one-star review,
being
we'll
very
stop.
fascinated. Do we still get reviews?
I don't know.
That was JD's thing for a while.
That's all I could do.
Giving
JD, do we
5-star
still
reviews
get
to us.
reviews?
My hand.
Oh,
I could just switch my
I
camera.
forgot
position.
about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it.
This is
doesn't
really terrible
believe- Bro
audio.
actually lied to us.
I'm just gonna stay now. There's no point going. I'll stay. Fuck
All
it.
right,
Fuck
sounds
it.
good.
I'll just stay.
Well, I mean, yeah, Batman, Joker Year One suck.
I don't really care. Here's
Well,
the
Chip
thing. I like
Zdarsky's
it.
Batman
I actually,
sucks. Oh, I'm so
I actually
shocked.
don't care. Is the thing. I like it. It's weird. I know it's not even like anything. I like it though.
It's got
weird.
sick art. Like this one hard. Batman with a gun.
Dang.
This
Yeah.
one hard.
Yeah, this one hard.
This one hard.
He has a gun, and Joker's
Talking
just
about
like,
hard
if you
things.
shoot
Me,
me
when I
and
read
I
this issue.
die, like a bunch of people are gonna die because like my blood is connected to something, and then Batman just fires the gun anyways, and the flag comes out. He's like, I saw the flag, you idiot.
You
that's
thought you could
cool.
trick. That was like the first trick you ever did, Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the
to
first
quote-
trick he
to
did was
quote-
the laughing fish.
So he shoots the gun, the flag
The
comes out.
first
and
trick he
says,
ever did was
"Oops."
kill the mayor, I think, and
Oh,
poison
That's
the
the
reservoir.
funniest joke ever.
To quote Batman when he does it, he says, I saw the flag down the barrel, Joker. You're such a predictable person.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Ultimate
Transformers,
Spider-Man is good. I won't spoil it though.
Transformers. This is some
Yeah.
good shit. I don't know what
What
the fuck
issue
you guys
number
are
is that
doing.
of Transformers?
30. You ever miss it? No, it's 5. Number 5. Come on.
30.
I was gonna say, hold. What are they doing? Like daily releases?
Dude, I would read this daily. This is so good. This is my favorite book coming out right now. Every time.
I saw it.
It's just awesome. They put Megatron's arm on Optimus Prime's arm, and it's just sick.
That is
Like,
cool.
I don't even know. It's awesome.
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
JD, did you read any comics?
No, I haven't picked up my comics in like 3 weeks. My shop actually yelled at me.
Wait, did they?
They sent me an email, a strongly worded email of pick up your fucking comic. I was like,
Is there a lot of slurs in there?
yes.
Only
yes.
3. It must be longer than 3 weeks if they're emailing you.
No,
Could I
they have a
show?
thing, like after 5 weeks they cancel your subscription because I guess a lot of people don't pick up their shit. I
Mm,
just
so you gotta go
Can
in.
I show? Can I show
Green,
you
Green
guys
Lantern
like
was
this?
very good this
No.
week.
yeah.
Kyle
I
was in
need
it.
to catch up. I'm
Pause,
so mad.
pause,
Like I saw
pause.
the comic cover.
I want Tyler's take on this specifically. It's some Superman Legacy fan art, and it's just outright like they're buff, and he's got an eagle on his shoulder. Like
It looks
what
like
is-
2008
Spoken
Incredible
word.
Hulk.
that is terrible.
The
What is going-
shoulder. Is that AI?
Ugh.
And then they've made her like 36, and like she's in a Playboy magazine. Like, what is going
Thanks.
on
Oh,
there?
It's
It's
bad.
Racist as fuck.
Green Lantern is so good, by the way.
There was a new
For
X-Men
anyone-
issue. There was this Fall
Jeremy,
of the House
Jeremy
of X.
Adams going hard in the paint.
Yeah, like Green Lantern, it's actually like it's hype now. Like it's so interesting, and it's going off of Jeff Johns' run.
So
Like-
when I met Jeremy like 2 or 3 months ago, he said like the first 5 or 6 issues of Green Lantern were going to be like all like basically clearing
pretty.
because he hates when it's like not continuous, like when you don't explain like how shit happened.
Mhm.
So he said the first 5 or 6 issues were basically cleaning up the last few years of Green Lantern, and then after issue 6, he'd start to get into like the things that he wanted to do, and he's like, it's going to start
What is
getting
there to clean up?
that.
Because
like,
Grant
the-
Morrison
the,
was on the last run.
Well, not even the Morrison. He was talking more about the Jeffrey Thorne stuff. Like,
What
it's
did
very-
Jeffrey Thorne do that like broke it that needed to be cleaned up?
I think it was just kind of left like undone. Like it kind of ended abruptly. I mean, I didn't
Oh,
read
so he was
it.
ending that story? Like,
Didn't he made it so then there's United Lanterns. He made Jon Stewart like a god.
oh,
And I
didn't know
think
that.
the Guardians are gone.
And then he didn't
the
like
Guardians-
how like Hal at the end of Hal and Pals is like setting up to like go talk to Carol, and then like 5 years later we just never see Carol
He
again.
never does. Yeah,
But like so he wanted to explain that stuff, and he
I'm pretty
said
sure the
like,
Guardians died in like, what is that? It was before Dark. I hate that I know this. Was it Infinite Frontier? Did the Guardians get killed because they get traveled to like Dark Side Land or whatever?
Something like that. But
Not
they are
Apocalypse.
dead.
Planet Omega.
But it's like there's like 3 new alien species that are the Guardians now, and they're very strict. And they're just like, you can't come to Oa, you need to stay on this planet. Like Hal Jordan's quarantined on Earth. He can't leave Earth
yeah.
because of
It's
them.
funny. It's funny because he said like he asked his editor like, "Hey, how do we want to explain this?" And the editor's like, "Oh, you could just say like everything ended up fine." And he was like, "Stop explaining."
Yeah, but that's what they always do. And then happily
But he said he
ever
hates that. He
after.
said he wants like a book of just like explanations. How did everything happen?
But now that like this is issue 8, he's back into it. Like I opened the first page and was like, oh my god, it's Green Lantern's back. It starts on the Blue Lantern planet, which we haven't seen since like 2009.
Jeff Johns.
I'm like, oh my god, you're actually doing
Brightest Day.
Lantern lore.
Where's
Like,
where's what's his name? Saint Walker.
Saint Walker.
they talk about the Red Lantern planet in this. They said it just blew up. Which I'm like, okay, I guess we'll
Did
get
it
to that
blow up?
later.
Oh,
Somehow
Jesus.
Palpatine blew it up.
Yeah, because the whole thing
Eggman
is like
blew it up.
every planet where there's like a core lantern, like blue here, is blowing up. So they're just like,
Why?
yeah, first it was red, then it was yellow, now it's blue.
What would you do? What would you do? Last page reveal is it's the egg star or whatever. The death egg.
Hunter's mind would blow up.
It's the
I
death
would-
egg.
I think I wouldn't even scream or anything. I'd close the book and like process for all. I call into work, of course. Be like, hey, I'm not
What
gonna
did I
make
just
it for
call
the
it?
next
The
few
egg
weeks.
star.
The
Shit,
death
that's
egg.
like-
I probably like process. I'm like, what is happening?
What does this mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't be hyped. You'd just be completely like, I
A
don't
Green
understand
Lantern and
what's
Sonic
happening.
crossover.
Sonic
Like, these are my
crossover.
Be
2
hard,
favorite
though.
comic book. Like,
To be fair, we had the Flash / Speed Buggy, and it was like the best Flash
Dude,
issue in that
actually,
like, year. So,
Dude,
Good point.
the Green
Good point.
Lantern Sonic crossover is the easiest thing in the world. You can just say that
Because
the
the
Chaos Emeralds.
Mobius.
No, you can just say that the Chaos Emeralds are like the actual power batteries for all the Green Lantern rings because they're every color of the fucking
That would
rainbow.
actually go hard.
don't get me
There you
hyped.
go.
Eggman and Sinestro.
Because there's
Eggman,
7 Chaos
Sinestro.
Emeralds. There's like there's green, there's blue. Like
Sinestro's mustache goes.
Exactly.
Sinestro's mustache like all of a sudden gets like really thick, and he's like Eggman.
But then you can have
Oh,
Kyle
that could
Rayner.
work.
You could do Kyle Rayner do Super Sonic, and you can have Sonic get all of the rings.
That
oh
could.
my
I would
God.
actually.
And it's
Hunter's writing a pitch down right now to pitch to DC.
We're lucky we
DC and
can't see Hunter's lower
IDW.
body.
yeah.
I'm wearing gray sweatpants. Like I could.
If Hunter's
stand up,
penis
do
was
not
like
stand
more than an inch, it would be like throbbing through the table.
I
right
was
now.
just about thinking the same thing. That's fucking
Yes.
Man, that's
would
an
do some
easy.
great
That's an
sweating.
easy
It's like-
crossover. Yeah, and Mobius and I don't know Mogo
Sonic?
meet.
But if Mobius is Earth in the future, wouldn't it just be 2814?
Well, then we just say that there's a green Sonic is the Green Lantern of 2814.
Wow.
Sonic's a Green Lantern. I think he'd be.
He's like
Blue
deputized as a Green
Oh
Lantern
no,
for the
he'd be green.
crossover?
He'd be green.
And then Knuckles is red.
Yeah,
And
because
Tails
anger.
is yellow. Tails is fear.
Tails is fear.
Tails is
Straight up,
Yeah.
I love
Trying to
Tails.
intimidate
He
someone,
ain't
though?
getting a ring. Tails is not getting a ring. Maybe Indigo, if anything.
Yeah,
but-
Oh my
Compassion.
god.
yeah.
Oh
But
my god.
Sonic,
awesome.
Sonic and the Mega Man comics did a crossover for some reason, and it's
We know.
like it's where my name's.
You know,
in the
you've
book.
talked about it for literally 7 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Wily is a scientist with a mustache in Mega Man like universe, and so Eggman and Wily become friends. They're both scientists with mustaches, and they work together the whole book. But at the end, there's Mega Man's dad is like a scientist named Dr. Light, and they kidnap him, and Dr. Wily's just like, hey, we should like see if we can build something to like get into his mind.
Wait,
so
what
we
did
can
you just
find
say
his
about
creation.
Eggman's dad?
No, Dr. Mega Man's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting to a point. I'm getting to something kind of interesting. But Dr. Wily's like, we should build a machine, get into his head to find out how he knows all this stuff. And Eggman's just like, no, we should just kill him. And Dr. Wily's like, what? And Eggman's like, I think we should just like throw him off a ship and have his body splatter on the ground. And that's how
Jesus
they start.
Christ.
Yeah, this actually
wanna
happens
tell
in the
them, JD,
comics because it's like during the bad times of comics, because when it was all dark and everything. But then, anyways, the whole thing is Eggman throws him off a ship, and Dr. Wily's like, "What the hell? That was my rival." It's like, yeah, but now he's gonna splatter on the ground.
He's a
And
mean
like,
guy, that
yeah.
Ivo.
So
It was-
that's-
Do I say it,
nice.
JD?
It
Do I
was Jim
tell them what I
Carrey.
said?
Yeah,
Or
the
not?
podcast, clearly.
I should. Okay. As soon as Hunter said, "I love Tails, but he's never getting a ring," I messaged JD in the chat. I said, "I think neither's Chelsea."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is way
Come
too
on, man.
brutal to say to this poor man.
I think he
Poor
just
me,
goes,
man.
"Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I look down and I see direct message from Harper, and I'm like, oh boy, here it comes.
You know what?
Here we
You
go.
want- You know what? It'll happen, and then JD will be my best man.
It'll be a Green Lantern ring."
Oh no!
We'll race Harper.
We're all gonna be wondering like who's the best man. You're gonna be like, it's Tails, guys. It's
I just like
and
the
it's
funny
just
idea of me
invisible.
being the funny idea of me being Harper's best man is like literally the first time I meet him in person is
Yeah.
at his wedding.
Yeah.
I don't like anyone else in that.
Honestly, it's kind of realistic because like that's a reason to travel. Like, oh, I'm a best man at my
Yeah.
friend's wedding in
No,
Australia.
we've got to do an episode together.
You
We
said
meet on the
300.
red stairs and we record there.
300.
People ask us for money.
But Harper,
300.
Harper, you're gonna have to travel to North America because
To New York. You have to come here to New York.
New York will probably be the
You have to
easiest
buy
place.
one less hot toy to get a plane ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I'll be fine.
But you also have to buy my plane ticket because I'm broke.
Oh yeah, true.
It's
Fine.
true. Charity.
Can't you just
Can you
drive?
just hitchhike all the way to America?
I could drive, I guess, but that's
No, that
Hey
it's-
Siri,
it's literally
how many
I was gonna check too.
hours is
I
Canada
looked it up when
away
you sent
from
me your
New
address.
York?
It's like literally a 2-day drive.
Harper, Canada.
Okay, I found this on the web for
Oh god, she's
I
loud.
hate
It
that
said
his
7
Siri's
hours.
Australian.
Yeah, no,
it's
she's annoying. Anyway,
Alberta?
is that the episode?
yes.
Okay, good.
I'm
I
just checking
actually
that
have to
you're
go
taking
now.
Where are you going?
I have to host people that are coming to the house. It's
Who?
JD's family. Okay, just leave me.
You have to ask JD's dad if you could like propose to your girlfriend.
My dad,
Can I have your blessing?
Hey, Tom.
One day, 12 hours from my house.
Yeah, I
to
just saw
New
that.
York.
Yeah.
One day, 12
All right, I
hours.
gotta go.
2,500 miles.
Okay.
Is that a hero story?
Bye,
I
Joshua.
think it's
Okay, all right.
all right,
Well,
now we
are
get the real episode without that fucking loser.
Are you doing
oh,
more
yeah.
after I leave, or are you
Yeah.
ending right now? Or you are doing more?
I guess.
We
I
just
feel like
talked
it's gonna.
about you.
Is it
I feel like
Sonic
it's
War, or
gonna
is it-
be. I feel like it's gonna be 3 minutes of you guys being like, "He sucks," and after
Yeah.
I leave, and then
Yeah.
I'll hear it at the end.
Yeah, we're just waiting for you to leave.
Hunter, what are we calling the episode? Is it Deadpool and Wolverine and Fantastic
You
Four?
don't have to
And-
name it on the episode.
Yes, Harper.
Excellent. Can everyone send me photos
Just-
of
just
themselves?
do
Just a
that.
few different ones. That would be great. Thank
All right,
you.
audience members,
Like this-
message Harper on Instagram. Send photos. of
Yeah. Send the
yourself.
photos of yourselves.
No. Everyone who's currently on here, I want you to send me just normal photos of you. Maybe do one where you're like, ooh, and maybe one where you're like, ooh. Maybe if
Oh.
you're like, ah, okay. Goodbye then.
Man, that guy
hate that guy.
sucks.
Yeah,
Fuck
that guy's a
that
word.
guy.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Hosting
He's
people,
hosting.
just said.
Yeah, JD's dad.
Can you imagine if he was host of a game show and he just started like talking to the camera crew while they were like live?
Yeah,
He's
and he
like-
gets off the podcast. I can't even deal with these guys. I can't even with these guys.
Like
Yeah.
the camera's doing like, tonight we have a special episode. What should we call this episode? It's called to the producer and everything. That's you, Harper. Come on. You're 80 years old and you're still doing this?
Yeah, come on. You thought we would have learned at age
70.
even at 80 would have been fine, but still no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to end the show,
Yeah, I don't actually have anything else.
like Green Lantern was great. Ultimate Spider-Man
Yeah.
was great.
I gotta read
Batman
Deadly
was not
Class.
good.
I have Deadly
literally have
Class.
not been reading anything. I need to catch
I'm
up.
gonna
on
read this. It's gonna be
I
good.
thought for a while I was gonna catch up to Tyler. It's just never gonna happen.
Oh, hey,
Well,
news that we
I
didn't
gotta
talk
beat you
about
at
that
DC though.
we do have news that we didn't mention before JD joined, but it's relevant for JD as a discussion. Tom Taylor's Nightwing is ending.
Never. Oh yeah.
About time. Like it's
Yeah.
Who's
whatever.
getting it next? Jonathan Hickman?
Well, we don't know. They just announced
Can you imagine Jonathan Hickman?
part
Nightwing?
1 of 5 of his last story starts in May.
I will give complete credit that Tom Taylor made Nightwing like really relevant again after the Rick Grayson era, like one of the top books.
He fixed him.
I'll give full credit on that. But yeah, I mean it's time to end.
He's just been going in circles. Like
I think the way it started, it looked like it could have been like one of like the all-time runs of but
it's just not
This is
much happened.
111.
He fixed Nightwing, but then he just kind of did nothing with him.
correct.
But the last story arc is described as he loses his ability to leap.
But I think the biggest problem is that you can't do anything substantial with Nightwing. Like that's being a Batman.
Well, like he can't ever like
can't marry Barbara. He can't, like
I think he could. I think he could marry Barbara.
No,
I think
Tom
so,
Taylor.
too.
I think Tom Taylor said it in an interview, or one of the Nightwing writers in the past said it in an interview that DC says Nightwing cannot be married
Because that makes them seem
Batman's
older.
not married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy told me that they were fighting him tooth and nail about Barry and Iris being engaged. They were like, you could say that they're gonna be together forever, but you can't show an engagement ring. You can't say marriage.
He
Like,
works with Clark Kent, who's married.
Yeah, Wally
to
West
Lois.
has 3 children.
his nephew, who is younger, who he met when he was 10,
has
is
3
married.
kids.
3
Yeah.
kids.
JD, I don't know if you ever said on the podcast, but how did you meet Jeremy Adams here? Like, what's the story?
I don't know if it's a 4 podcast story, but I just basically, was in his area and said, "Yo, you want to meet up for lunch?" And we met up. Like,
That's awesome that he just said yes.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, and you guys just talk comics.
We talked comics the entire time.
Do you have any exclusive scoops?
Yes, but
That you can.
some stuff he was like, I wouldn't tell anybody about that, but
Were they like exciting thing? I'm not telling you to say it. Just were
I
they
mean, it's
like?
mostly just about like DC editorial stuff and stuff that like
Oh yeah,
they wanted to do, and a lot of stuff about Dark Crisis, like what Dark Crisis was supposed to be and how it just got like fucking turned upside down.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it makes sense. If you think about it, like the fucking title changed like 2 issues in. How do you not know until after 2 issues have already been released?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Obviously, when they start releasing Dark Crisis, it's already all been written, right? Like it's all been written and
I don't even know if that's true. Is that do they even let that happen?
Was it like 12 issues?
Was it how long was Dark? I never read Dark Crisis. I think I read the first issue.
I thought it was 8, but it could have been 12.
It might have been 8. It might have been 8.
At some point, it did become Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
And then they reprinted the original ones. It was 7 issues.
Okay.
Is the trade called Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, or is the trade called Dark Crisis?
Yeah, it's called Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
That's terrible.
You know, it'd have to be. It is. It's too long of a name, and it's just like to reference something.
That's the trade.
Yeah, and the cover shows like, oh,
fun.
it's the Legacy Heroes, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but remember when you thought that Justice League were going to be dead for a year?
Has the new Wonder Girl appeared in anything since?
Yeah, she was in Wonder Woman last week.
She wasn't Wonder Woman, yeah.
Oh,
like literally last week. So, and she's going to be in the next arc. Like she's a main character. In this
I feel like it was like a few months. Like she was like the big part of Dark Crisis, and then a few months of just nothing.
Yeah, Tom King's using her, which is good, and she's actually like she's good in this. She's interesting. It's not like some of the other Legacy characters that have just been forgotten. Really,
I love when Sheldon appeared in Dark Crisis Big Bang.
Dark Crisis Big Bang. That's
oh
so
yeah,
ugly.
it was the crossover with
Sheldon. That one was written by Mark Waid, by the way.
Yeah, it was crossover between Dark Knights on Infinite Earths. Why? Doesn't make sense. The whole point of Dark Crisis, Dark Knights on Infinite Earths. Yeah, the whole point of that is it's like very grounded in its own thing.
What are you talking about? You mean Dark Knights of Steel?
Oh, geez, yeah. What am I saying? Yeah, you're right.
Dark Crisis Young Justice classic, an all-timer.
Wasn't that bad?
Madam Web on Infinite Earths.
Yeah,
that's what I'm excited for.
Worlds Without a Justice League.
I met Jeremy Adams
I still haven't read it.
April, and it was right before Green Lantern issue 1 came out. It was actually at a convention, and the issue was out the next week. So I was like, man, I wish it came out last week so I get you to sign it. And I'm like, I'm so excited for this. He's like, yeah, just be warned that I only have 2 issues, and then I have to cross over with the horror event for
Yeah,
3
he was
months.
saying like how annoying that was, like having to cross over with that shit.
Mhm.
Like all the writers hated it.
Yeah, he's just like, and he was even telling me like he's talking to other creators, and Chip Zdarsky didn't get to do that. Like he got to continue his Batman, and he thought that was annoying. It's like,
Yeah.
why
Well, it is
does
Batman. To be fair,
it is Batman? Yeah, that's true. But it's like, why
and
does
they could
he
sell.
get
They
to
sold
continue, but
a
I
separate
can't?
Batman book, didn't they?
Mhm.
A
Yeah,
separate Night Terrors Batman.
yeah. And he
Technically, Night
was,
Terrors on every book was a separate book because it was number 1 and number 2. It wasn't
yeah.
like
But they
like number
still
3, number
continued
4.
Batman, and they still continued Night
Yeah,
Terrors Batman.
yeah.
But he was saying like, you are starting Dawn of DC, like it's this new thing, new creative teams, new worlds, new solo stories. Green Lantern starts, Shazam starts, and after 2 issues, you have to stop until September.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
for those of us that didn't read the Night Terrors, like all of a sudden,
I did.
just like months later, I was like, "Fuck, what was happening in the last issue?"
I still can't
Yeah.
remember how Jordan has a weird ring from issue 1.
Did we ever
Manhunter
talk
stuff?
about the Ultimate DC things? Did we ever talk about that on the podcast?
I think
Because
we
that's
I think
because
we
I'm
did,
thinking
yeah.
about why Wade and Moore are off.
I thought we did about Mark Waid and
Shazam?
Scott Snyder talking about it, but
Yeah, and Rob Liefeld leaked it.
Did he?
did he really?
Yeah.
Again?
Nice.
Why do they keep
Yeah.
giving stuff to Rob Liefeld?
Yeah, how does Rob Liefeld know so much about
So he
DC
said-
things relating to Scott Snyder?
Because they asked if he could do a variant cover, and he said no. Why the hell would I work at DC?
Stop
And then he
asking
went
that
on a
man for variant
podcast.
Stop asking him for variant covers. He is not trustworthy.
And then he went on a podcast, and he said, yeah, DC's doing an Ultimate Universe with Scott Snyder. We don't know anything. He didn't mention Mark Waid, but it's just,
Wade and Moore are off of
Waid and Moore
know
suddenly
Shazam.
left Shazam, and Scott Snyder said there's a reason they're off Shazam. So it's like, okay.
I know that like the New 52 got us into comics, but honestly, like this Ultimate
That's the
Universe
Ultimate
is
Universe.
13 years too late. You could have just done this in 2011.
Oh, if
Well,
I was
think-
reading comics from like 2000, 2011, I would be pissed off at New 52.
You mean
like,
before
what?
2000?
Yeah,
Or
I-
from
I-
2000,
You're like a
2011,
90s
right,
and
yeah.
2000 span, and then you
Well,
were
just
like,
from Crisis. I think that, well, yeah, the New 52, I think, would have been better, definitely, if it was an Ultimate Universe. And I mean, it kind of still is.
kind of is, but kind of not.
It's just, but it replaced, the issue is that it replaced the main continuity. I think that DC doesn't need an Ultimate Universe, though, because I think that a lot of what DC does is Elseworld stuff anyway.
Correct.
I think Marvel, when they need an Ultimate Universe because everything is in the same world and it's all one giant continuity. DC, the continuity issues are so like horribly abundant that like you create an Ultimate Universe and it's just like, okay, we have another Batman, another Superman, another Wonder Woman. There's like 80.
and they're not that
universes
different
that
from
could be
each
Ultimate.
other, too.
Earth 1 was an Ultimate Universe and stuff like they're
And then
all
is this
Ultimate
going to be a
Universes.
future like Crisis on a future Crisis?
And they
book where
cross them
they'll
over,
be,
yeah.
Like
They're
and
gonna
they
do
do
a Secret
Wars.
Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, literally, yeah.
I think
I
the
don't
cool
really care
thing
for
about
it.
the new Marvel Ultimate Universe is every hero's origin is different.
Yeah.
It's all just like Peter Parker's now Russian Spider-Man, like for Superman Red Sun. It's like, no,
Yeah.
like he didn't get bit. That's
But
the
that's the
interesting
thing is like how many times so we did Earth 1 Batman and Earth 1 Superman, right? What is going to be different about new I mean whatever they call it, Ultimate Universe Superman and
DC.
Ultimate Universe Batman?
Yeah.
What are they going to do that's different? They've done literally everything. These characters are getting to the point where they're going to be 100 years old.
You've even done what if Bruce Wayne's parents lived? Like
Yeah, you've done everything. They've done everything with Batman, everything with Superman. And then when they ran out of things, they did more in other universes. And now they're going to create a whole new universe. I am wondering what they can do to make it different. That's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering about.
I feel like
And if
Earth
Mark
1
Waid
could have
has an
been it.
idea, if Scott Snyder has an idea, if they're cooking something, I trust them. I just still don't know if it's necessary.
It's
is
not.
what I think.
It's not. But Ultimate Marvel is so successful, so that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like Earth 1 would have been good, but they just never leaned into it because it's
Yeah,
like, what
I
if
just feel like
Batman
they
had
took
no
too long
training? That's
It
it.
took way too long to release them as well.
And they never got to the Batman Superman crossover. They never got to the Justice League. I always thought that was the point.
Mhm.
Right.
Was like they never did. They were going to do it. They never did Earth One Aquaman. They never did Earth One Flash. Like there was always the plan. They did Earth One Teen Titans, but it's like we don't even have the heroes that they're based on. What's the point of that? You know?
Right.
Yeah, why did this?
I don't know. So I just think I think that they've kind of missed the ball here. I think that DC, I think that part of the curse and the good thing about the multiverse that they have is that they kind of can do anything anywhere and it matters somehow. I just don't think they need to create more continuity issues.
Mhm.
It's weird.
It's
don't
just
know.
annoying. Honestly, it's just very annoying. But hopefully it's a good idea.
But
Hopefully,
I'll eat my words if it's good.
Yeah,
If Ultimate Batman comes out, it's hard as fuck. I mean, I'll read it. I'll read Ultimate Batman.
Well, like, is it gonna be like Ultimate Batman is gonna be the main title, and then like Ultimate Superman is like just like it's gonna be like the Marvel Ultimate Universe where like
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man is the big one, and then every other title's like
Yeah, and they phone it in for like Ultimate JSA or whatever. Yeah.
right.
I feel
Yeah.
like it will be just like one or maybe three max titles will be good. The rest will be like, what's going on? Because there's also I've started to notice recently for like modern comics, there's not a lot of writers. Like
Oh my
Joshua
God, I think about
Williams
this
on
all the
like
time.
5 books or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
Like Tom
the thing is, there's so much more money to be made in indies.
Indie books.
Like,
Yeah.
you can make so when you own the characters too.
Well, that's
especially
what Substack. That's why like it seemed like I mean, James Tynion was writing Batman, and he left Batman to go do his own thing at Substack because he was making more money on his own than he was writing the biggest book in the industry.
Mhm.
And you know that's something that Jeremy told me too. He got offered to write a Marvel book, and you know he asked them what's the price per
Right.
page, and they told him the number, and he's like, I can't fucking work for that. Like
Yeah.
like that's nothing.
Yeah.
I know from talking to people like in 2020 I really wanted to get in the industry for making comics, and my art teacher and I, we sat down and we spent like 3 hours researching like how much have people made, and we found a lot of artists that have come out and said how much they make, and it's average 150 per page, which isn't a lot considering that most artists do one page a day, and they don't get
Yeah.
weekends off or anything because they need to get the issue done by the end of the month, and including like splash pages. It's like Jason Fabok for Darkseid War, he has a splash page where all the lanterns are like flying in. It's awesome. He said that took 2 weeks to make, and he got
Yeah, I
paid
remember him
for two
saying that he
pages.
took a month. He took a month to do that final issue. What was it, 50
Mhm.
of Justice League? And I remember being like, "Gee, a month to do one issue," and he was definitely not paid a month worth of salary for that.
He that page with all the Green Lanterns coming down took 2 weeks, and he said that he got paid $300 for it for 2 weeks of work.
This is indicative of a bigger issue, you know, because they're not even selling enough to
But then
justify
you also
not
think about
paying
like
people.
how like that's why like comics start to increase in price, right? If you're paying
Yeah.
thousands of dollars to make one single issue and that you're selling it for $3, not enough people are buying it. Now it's a $4 book.
But
now it's a $5
yeah,
book.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like I'm
$5 for Green Lantern
And
number
now
8.
comic stores got to take their cut and everything. Jeremy told me that Bendis, when he came to DC, was making 1,000 a page. He said Bendis, and I literally said, I was like, oh, no wonder he wrote like 10 different books. Like, of course he did.
Yeah. 24
Already-
pages.
already-
Yeah.
1,000 a page.
1,000 a page, like that's insane.
Bro,
Yeah.
all he would write for like that issue of Superman, which is a good issue, where it's just like he lands, a kid sees him, he goes like shh, and
He fights
that's it.
Mongol.
And then
He
he's
fights
like
Mongol
next
again.
page.
1,000 a page for that.
Yeah.
For,
He fights
for
Mongol
artists, for an artist, it's like, yeah, that's good. For a writer, like
Yeah, because I remember watching a podcast with Tom King, and he says that like Marvel will pay you dirt, but it's kind of where I guess you get your name built. You build your name in Marvel, and then
Then you do
DC
your
actually DC pays you, I guess, enough. You know, they'll pay you, and then you become a name, and then you have to maybe, if you're good enough, and not even it doesn't even matter if you're good enough. If people like you enough, you can
Right.
bank on yourself, and that is
Right.
like that's where the money is now. Yeah, it's like that's why Chip Zdarsky. He's not okay with just writing Batman. He's also doing Public Domain, and he's also doing all this other
Right.
stuff. Like
And he's got some indie
because
book, right?
yeah, and he's doing like that's what Substack was. I think the way that I heard Substack described, because I keep, you know, we always heard about what Substack was, and I was like, I have no idea what this even is. I just
Like
keep
what it
hearing
actually
about it.
is.
Yeah, it's basically OnlyFans, but for comic book writers.
Yeah.
It's just
and that's the perfect way
you
to put it.
create so a writer, you subscribe to him for $5 a month and you get the newest issue of the thing. But it's like, I'm gonna pay $5 a month to maybe get one issue of a Chip Zdarsky book, but then I have to
Right.
subscribe to everyone else to get their books. You know, it's like it's
Right.
the whole business model of comic books it has not evolved. They're still acting like they're
It's
in
probably a
grocery
dying
stores,
media,
but
like it probably
yeah.
will die out at some point.
That's the thing is like when they left grocery stores and when they started doing like their own comic book stores, it's like, well, these are out of the hands of kids now, at least like accessible to children on the street. So now it's become a niche thing. Now we've decided, okay, this is for comic book fans. You got to be a comic book fan to go into a comic book store. And as much as like we like to believe that kids will just go into a comic book store and pick up an issue off the aisle and go like, oh, issue 930 of Spider-Man, I'll read that. Does not happen. Nobody sees a movie and then goes, I have to read the newest issue of the character in this movie. It doesn't happen.
And then I think there's also the issue of pirating, and I get it, like why it happens. I mean, I think we've all, been in a pirate's life, but like when you see the numbers of pirating, like thousands, tens of thousands.
Yeah, that's why books get
Rest in
canceled.
peace, Sideways.
Like yeah, sideways. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, you kind of,
yeah, you shouldn't have sold that issue for $6. Like, yeah,
I dropped, I think like 10 series last year because of the price. Granted, I'm a broke boy, but like I don't make too much.
Jeremy said to me, he's like, I think comics need like a hype man. He's like, there's nobody at DC that gets you like hyped to read a book.
Yeah, they need Stan Lee back.
He's like, love or hate Dan Didio. He at least like put in the effort to like make you want to read.
And he liked him. He loved the comics.
What does Jim Lee do like in his position?
He draws a variant cover every once in a while.
Yeah, and he draws on like a backpack and sells his own backpacks for like $1,000. But like, what else does he do? Like,
go to Jim Lee's page and like he doesn't talk about comics anymore. He said he posted like 20 times about how Suicide Squad killed his Justice League is almost here. Shut up.
Shut up.
He said like comics needs its Hulk Hogan. Comics need like it's like your wrestling guy who makes you like want to get into it.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing is like these mediums have people where you just, I mean, even look at the MCU, they built it on Iron Man and people wanted to see Iron Man. It's like, I think Hickman is the closest you get today to a comic book superstar where people hear that name and they go, I'm familiar with his work. And whatever he does next, I'm going to read it. That's the closest you have.
I think before Donny Cates was going through his divorce,
and Tom King,
like that, he was that guy of Marvel, right? Like where, like he was everything he did was
so good.
And
because he was the cosmic guy. He was writing like Guardians and Thanos and like
right. And people that weren't even like that deep in the comics were reading like Ultimate Carnage or Absolute Carnage and
Ultimate Carnage. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one day.
And it did happen already, yeah. But like, that's the thing is like we have some names. You have people like Tom King. You have people like Jonathan Hickman. And I also think that there are people that are building. I mean, and Chip Zdarsky, obviously, people like them.
Yeah.
And then you have people that will, I think, get there. I look at someone like Philip Kennedy Johnson. I want to say that he'll get there. I think Daniel Warren Johnson absolutely will get there.
Williamson kind of did.
Joshua Williamson, I think he's still too much of an industry man. I think that people wouldn't go to. I mean, Williamson did so much at Image, but I still think that
a lot of Image stuff.
I think that we still look at him like he's the DC guy. I think, and I mean, I know Hickman's like a Marvel guy, but I think that these guys could sell anything on their names alone, right?
Gods is selling.
Isn't it funny though that you look back at comic creators back in the day who were able to make it like most writers don't hit it big now until they're like mid 30s or like 40s.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when what's his name took over Spider-Man after Stan Lee, he was like 19 or like 20 years old.
Jerry Conway,
Jerry Conway,
Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter becomes the editor-in-chief, and he was 14 years old when he started writing comics. Have you heard the story where Marvel, they called Jim Shooter's house? He would mail in the comics, the scripts, right? He was writing them when he was 14 years old. And the Marvel called him at his house, and they said, hey, we want to hire you. Like, can you come out to the Marvel offices? And he goes, okay, I just have to ask my mom. And they're like, what?
Well,
like,
you're a child.
That's when they found out he was a kid. They literally did not know that he was a child.
But I mean, obviously not that young, but like I feel like guys used to make it in their 20s, like Marv Wolfman, George Perez, like these were guys that got
all the
in
Image
their
guys,
20s.
all the Image guys.
Right nowadays, like
the original Image guys,
comic superstar until he's already made 10 years of comics that went nowhere, and then maybe he gets a DC title or a Marvel title and makes his name. You know what I mean? Like it's nuts.
Yeah,
it is weird.
It's tough nowadays. Like I mean, I'm I've improved a lot since then. I'm not that good, but like we made the price a hero pays. I don't think anyone would really accept that, even though I thought that we did good work there.
Right.
But I made Night of the West by myself there. That was a comic. I went to not a convention. It was like almost like a job fair for a comic industry. And there
Yeah.
was a ton of Canadian comic publishers
Imprints,
at
yeah.
that event. But there was also like 50 comic creators there. I was just one of them. I
Yeah.
think I was the youngest one there. Every guy was in their 30s or 40s or even 50s there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even I talked to publishers, I pitched my comic, I gave them a copy, I gave them my card. Almost all of them said, "How long have you been doing this? How old are you?"
Correct.
And I'm like,
This is interesting.
I'm 22, and because at the time I was
Yeah.
This is so
22, and I'm
interesting
like,
because
and
this week,
this is it.
yeah, I've been thinking about this. How like I always and then inexplicably though, there's always a book by a writer, and we've never heard of the book, and we've never heard of the writer, but it's a bestseller, and it's like critically acclaimed. And so this week, I bought this Image book because it's at issue 1, and I have no idea what it's about, and I have no idea who the writer is, and I was like, I just want to jump on this in case it's like fire, and I didn't know,
Like
you
the
know.
next
And I
big
think
thing.
that that's not the attitude that anybody has though.
No.
Like I had to gain this attitude, and I've been reading comics since I could learn to read, you
Yeah.
know. So it's
Mhm.
like maybe the issue is that it is kind of a monopoly by Marvel, DC a lot of the times, and people look at superhero comics and think that's the end all be all of comic books, but also they could definitely be doing better. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think now even people just hire people because they're suddenly popular. There's a writer out there. I don't know if you guys have read "It's Lonely at the Center of the Universe."
I
It's
heard. I
by
heard. I was gonna read it actually.
It's
I
very
was looking it up.
good. Tom King read it and he tweeted out. It's by a
Oh.
girl named Zoe Thorogood. She wrote it and she did the art, and it's about 6 months of her life.
Yeah.
And she was 22 years old when she made it. She only made a few copies and she sent it to some publishers, and then she actually got published by this, which was like, oh my god, this is huge. And it was only she's from the UK. It was only published in a few local shops in the UK. But then someone that works at Image Comics saw it and said, I'll republish this under Image. It might have been Dark Horse actually, but got published, and then now it's worldwide. Tom King read it, tweeted it out. It's all of a sudden up for an Eisner. And then her next work after this was Woman of Marvel, like one of those Marvel Voices things. She's never written a
Yeah.
superhero comic in her life, but now she's a writer and artist.
Well, that's what Marvel does. Marvel will scout just anybody. Marvel will scout you if you're doing like web comics, you know, like because you know, I think it's apparently the biggest thing. It's not talent, it's not anything like that. It's just can you
Speed.
make the content on time? Yes, can
Yeah,
you make the
speed.
time frame? And so that's it. I mean, that's what they value because like that's where the bottom line comes from. You got to make a book a month.
You don't want
That's why
delays.
Zeb Wells is on Spider-Man. It sells. You know, we can't say anything. It sells every month. You know,
And yeah, I mean, Spider-Man is always going to be the top-selling book, right? Like even
that's how it
no matter
works.
how bad Zeb Wells' run is, no matter how like fucking everyone hates it, people are
Yeah.
still reading it. People still, you know.
It's just they got to realize more people would read it if it was
If it was
better.
really good.
Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man is, I think it did like 4 printings for issue 1 in
Yeah, and
one
when
week.
the sales numbers come out, I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and which is probably pretty soon here. People were saying that I posted on my story like Ultimate Spider #1 when I got it, and I had so many people replying, being like, "Oh my god, I've been looking for one. Like, my shops keep selling out."
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, my friend said that.
I
My friend said
pre-ordered
he
it.
went to 4 different stores and it was all sold out. I'm like, okay,
Well,
this
because
is
a
I
lot of
like
these
this.
like eBay fiends buy like fucking 50 to 100 copies.
Yeah.
Like when I went to
Whoa.
one of the Comic Cons, I was looking at like the issues, and they would have like 50 to 100 of like each #1. And I was just like of books that just never
Yeah.
ended up making anywhere, and I was just like, good god.
And that's
I wonder
why
how much this
that
will
is
go for.
and that's the thing. That is exactly why the industry almost died in the 90s. That is it's because
X-Men
people
#1,
bought
the best-selling
10
comic of all
issues
time.
of X-Men, and that's why it sold 7 million, and they thought it'd be worth something, and it's worth dirt because they sold 7 million of them, you know?
Everybody knows someone that has the Death of
Yeah.
Superman issue
I
1.
was about to say everyone had the
My
armband.
mom owns it.
Everyone,
And she didn't even read
yeah,
comics like that.
exactly, yeah. And so that's the thing. That's exactly why the industry almost died. And I'm wondering, like, I hope we're not repeating it.
My
you know?
Spawn
godfather-
somehow like helped save the industry out of all
think-
characters, because it's like
I
here's
think my godfather literally owned, like when we went through his collection, he literally owned like 200 copies of X-Men #1, like between
oh
the 4
my
covers.
god.
Because
I
I
think
thought
it
it would be worth
There was literally
something.
blocks of it, like they were still in the plastic wrapping. He didn't even open them.
It's because in the '90s, someone found an Action Comics #1, and it sold for a lot of money, and they were like, "Oh, the old comics make money." So it's like they think that the comics they have then will
20 years
also
from now,
be,
this will like pay for my
yeah,
kids'
these are
college.
the old comics. This is why I bought Death of Superman, because it'll pay for my kids' college in 30 years. But it's like everyone bought Death of Superman,
Yeah,
but
because
they didn't show up for that. Was Superman 75. They didn't read Superman 76. It's like that's the thing. You build it on stunts, and people are just looking at that.
those sold out because it's Death of Superman. It's X-Men issue 1, which was like the
Yeah.
first time that's happened in since issue 1
30
or
years. It was like
something.
30
Yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah. But the biggest selling books from the '90s are like whatever first appearance Deadpool's in because no one cared at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the new number
New
98.
Mutants 97, is it?
Or,
Yeah, because no one's all
of those.
rushing to get New Mutants 97 or whatever it was, because who
Yeah.
cares? Or the first appearance of Cable, because only comic readers are reading that. And now the value's up because not a lot of people were reading that, and they're popular characters today.
It is what it is.
We used to be super into like collecting old comics, and I still keep my eye out, but it's tough, that
And
industry.
it's also changed. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's changed. The whole grading game has changed. And I don't know.
It seems a little cheap now. Not in the sense
Yeah.
of price, but in the sense like that could have been a better grade, but I feel like they just didn't want to
Yeah.
give that better grade. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Comic
Are
books.
comics dying?
I think that I don't want to say this, but I think we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that Marvel, if we're look, because Marvel has always been the #1 seller, right? Even in the '90s when Image came in, like it was a two-party system. It was Marvel and DC, and then Image came in and they beat DC, so it was still Marvel and Image, right?
Mhm.
And it's like I think Marvel, people look at Marvel like, okay, this is the big comic book producer. People think of comic books, they think of Spider-Man, they think of the Avengers. And I don't think that Marvel does enough to sell those books, especially the fact that Avengers Endgame made $3 billion.
Yeah.
There is a way to bring that audience to the comics. I just don't know if they do it. Like James Gunn making Supergirl sell out and be Tom King's best-selling trade is a format. And I don't know why everyone isn't doing that.
That's a
Right.
good
Like,
point.
I think about when I saw The Flash and it came with like a comic, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like maybe it'll come with like a New 52 #1, or Joshua Williams is
It was a
#1.
Flash exclusive
It came
comic,
with
right? Yeah.
it came with the tie-in comic to the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
which was
yeah.
fucking garbage.
Did
When
you
I
read
saw
it?
the-
I want to get in the Flash comics. The art was awful. The writing was awful.
When I saw the Batman, they actually gave you an issue of the Long Halloween, which I thought was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I got that
That's
too.
awesome. Yeah, with like a cool new cover, and it's issue 1 of the Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Brilliant, genius
Well,
idea.
I got issue 1 of the IDW Ninja Turtles when I saw Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah,
It
I
came with
did
issue
too,
1.
yeah.
It was a reprint, of course, but it came with like an issue.
Right.
And that's a great idea, but it's like
Yeah.
also, I don't know if that necessarily works. People think of that as paperweight. People think like, okay, this is a cool thing. They chuck it when they leave.
I think, and me and Jeremy had talked about it that day that we got lunch. A QR code could go so far. A QR code that like unlocks a Comixology account, or
And they did that
unlocks
in Moon Knight. They were doing that. There was QR codes in Moon Knight that would lead you to
Oh, yeah,
issues
that's
of
right.
Moon Knight. It's a cool idea.
They were
but
like
they
in
weren't
the
in She-Hulk.
background.
They weren't in She-Hulk. They weren't in Secret
Yeah.
Invasion or whatever. But like they weren't anywhere else. And it's like you
Yeah.
have these ideas, and like you said, they need a hype man. It's like there's a way to sell these books. I think that they just
Todd
act
McFarlane
like
is a great, like, love him or hate him, he
Yeah.
is a great hype man for like
He's
the
so good.
the
yeah,
comic.
and it's like there's a way to sell these books, and I just feel like they still think they're in the '60s or '70s.
I mean, Todd McFarlane got us to buy Batman and Spawn because he
Spawn
was like
3.
he was hyping it up, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll check it out. Greg Capullo, I like him, and yeah, it sucked. Still,
Yeah, it's
he's
weird.
exciting, and there are YouTubers like Variant Comics and comics. There's probably more.
Comic Story, and I know, but a lot of the times those are also looked at as like you can watch this video and you don't even have
You
to
don't
read the
have
comic.
to read it, yeah. And Comic
It's a lot of
Story is
different things.
kind of quitting too because
It's
of
just
the
a lot of
industry.
it's a lot of weird things. I don't know. It's a weird industry. I mean, I love it. I think it's the best medium in the world, but like it's
Same,
weird.
yeah, same.
I love it. It's the best medium in the world, and I think it has potential to be so much more.
Yeah,
be
I mean,
so much
and the
better.
potential, and the thing is like it's not even like I know what you mean by it has the potential, but the potential has been shown because everyone on the planet Earth knows who Spider-Man is. Everyone on the planet Earth knows who Superman is. Like
Batman is
people don't
correct.
even value the fact that everything we love comes from these things. You know, it's like
Mhm.
Correct.
you just gotta get like. There's no reason people shouldn't be reading them, dude.
Right.
Because we think it's the greatest thing ever, but like JD and I, we made our accounts to start this podcast because we didn't know anyone in real life that was doing what
Yeah,
we did.
me
That
too.
read comics, right? Whenever I
Yeah.
wanted to
Me
talk
too.
like when I wanted to talk about the Flash when I was in high school, I'd be like, "Oh man, like I just read, Jeff Johns," and they were like, "Oh yeah, I watched the CW show," and I was like,
Yeah,
but the book," and no one
Yeah.
knew it.
Mhm. Yeah. So
And then I started
Yeah.
History of the Flash, and then I met Hunter, and then my life just went.
Then my
yeah,
life- yeah.
it just or wait, I'm so sorry about all the things I've done to your life.
Yeah.
But
weird.
the whole reason like this podcast exists is because JD and I did Instagram lives to discuss comics. We got comments of people discussing with us. So it's like, okay, people are interested in what we have to say about
Yeah,
Bendis' on Superman and Doomsday Clock. So
yeah,
that's kind of why we're here. But I understand it's a very niche thing. It's not like video games, it's not like movies, it's not like
yeah.
novels.
It's just not
even.
accessible is a thing. I think it's not accessible to a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
not even difficult. Like it's just people don't even know where to start, where to go. You know, it's just these answers should
Yeah.
be so simple. They're easy for us, but again, they weren't easy at some point.
Yeah, because
Right.
there's like 900 issues of Batman, but it's okay because DC started #1, so now you just have to start at 143. So
Yeah,
that's still intimidating for someone that's just getting into it. So
yeah. It's
there's
weird.
so many times. I remember there was times I would post like during Jeremy Adams' last Flash run, I'd post about it or like that last arc, and people were like, "Oh, Wally's the Flash now," and I'm like, literally for like 2 fucking years, like
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. This is what we wanted, but people don't know, and that's just
people don't know. Like, and
that is
I
it. Yeah,
blame
it's not.
DC because like you wouldn't fucking know.
but some
Yeah.
people, not to name names, but Harper, he loves Wally and he wanted Wally back for years, and now he's
Didn't read,
back, and Harper doesn't read it.
Never read it. Yeah.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's,
it is what it is. I don't know. It's weird.
like,
It's
do you
a
ever see
very
like when
weird
when
industry.
Marvel or DC will make like a trailer for like a new comic? Like every now and then they'll do like a
Yeah, and
trailer.
the comments are all about. I thought this was a movie. I thought
But
this
like
was
that
for the
shit goes
movie.
hard. Like that shit I think is how you get people in. Like you gotta
Yeah.
interest people in that kind of way. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Ultimate
don't know.
Spider-Man had one that was really cool.
I'm wondering if Ultimate Spider-Man genuinely is the start of something where because I do feel like this was a big thing. I feel like this was something where like I was talking to people in my regular life and they knew what I was saying, whether they had read it or not. They were like, "Oh, I've heard of that," and that's something,
big.
you
That's
know.
big. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm wondering if this, I don't know, it's interesting. I'm wondering if we ride the repercussions of Ultimate Spider-Man if it keeps going and it keeps building.
I think it could, and it might be the only good book in the end. But I didn't read Ultimate Black Panther, but my shop sold out of Ultimate Black Panther. So
Got it.
people are interested in this new universe more so
Yeah,
than
and this,
616,
I
maybe.
guess this is how you do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
by
tough.
restarting. Yeah, I know you got it. Yeah, but like I wasn't interested, and
Yeah,
Ultimate X-Men's
guess-
out in like a week. I'm not interested, but I'm sure it could still
I'll
sell
read it.
pretty
I'll
well.
read
Yeah,
it.
you'll buy
It's
it.
just God. I don't even know how far we can go with this. There's so many issues with it. You know the fact. You know it's a fucking travesty. The fact that Marvel, for some reason, like hasn't reprinted Spider-Man Blue, like stuff
Have they
like that, where
not?
it's like, no, you can't get a copy of Spider-Man Blue. You cannot get a
I
copy
had
of
to buy a
Spider-Man Blue.
trade for like $50.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did too,
and
but
it's like
that was also like 10
you
years
want
ago.
people to read these books. DC does it perfectly. DC will sell you the book, and it's the most beautiful binding, and they'll have a new one every goddamn week, and of everything.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't do that, and it's like so frustrating. Yeah, and they have a new Supergirl hardcover coming out later this year. It's like DC is a trade factory. I don't know what Marvel's doing. It's frustrating, man. I don't know why I can't buy
Marvel
Spider-Man
Unlimited.
Blue. Yeah, sure, but like you know what I mean. It's like why
They
can I not buy Spider-Man Blue?
They should have
That could be
re-released
that should be
Spider-Man Blue
your
for Lotus
that should yes they should have yeah.
to
But that should
celebrate.
be your trademark Spider-Man trade. You know,
No, I agree.
Batman puts out Batman Year One, or DC puts out Batman Year One, and people see it and they can go, okay, this is where I start with Batman, and it's
Right.
simple as that. Marvel can't do that because they don't fucking republish the trades. It is so
True.
annoying.
So many trades go out of print where you can't get it for a while. Like when people wanted to read Craven's Last Hunt, and it's like Craven's Last Hunt was like impossible to get for a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get the Marvel Epic collection, but it's gone. I want to get
Yeah.
the actual individial trade, but it's gone. And it's like,
And they'll very rarely reprint them. And those epic collections, like they are good, but they're expensive, and
they're
they're big and bulky, and it's like not everyone wants. It's
they
just,
include stuff that you don't really need.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really
I
want
got the
annuals and
years
whatnot,
ago. I wanted to read Winter Soldier. I didn't have Marvel Unlimited or anything, so I had to get like the Ed Brubaker special edition when it first released. But it was like $50, and it had the Winter Soldier and then like 7 stories by like Jack Kirby, which is cool. But I bought Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
I didn't
It's
want to
weird
read
stuff.
about Bucky
Bro is
Barnes in World War
bro is
II.
shitting on Jack Kirby.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Caught in 4K.
Oh yeah.
disgusting.
It's never Fantastic Four, but it's just like
Yeah.
I'm paying because I wanted to read Ed Brubaker's Winter
God.
Soldier.
I'm thinking, yeah,
Not
that Ultimate
Jack
Spider-Man
Kirby's.
trade is going to be pretty, at least. I
We
hope.
could
I
literally
don't know.
do an entire episode on like the problem with the
why.
comics.
Yeah, why comics are fucking
and then like
dying right now. Yeah.
possible solutions. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it starts within. And if DC, like if Jim Lee is your head guy at DC and he doesn't like see it, he doesn't.
Yeah,
do
and your
anything
Marvel,
about
and
it,
your head deep Marvel
nothing's
guy
gonna
is
change.
Akira Yoshida, fucking weirdo CB Sapolsky. It's like, come on.
Like I feel like those kind of guys should be like I mean, yeah, like they should be your Hulk Hogan. They should be like kind of known figures. They should
But
be
they're
your
nerds. The issue is that they're nerds, and they don't, and they feel isolated because the fans are always yelling at them.
Todd
It's like you have
McFarlane's a
to
nerd
just
though,
deal
and
with
he
it.
fucking gets out. I don't know. Like I feel like Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane is the template. Honestly,
Todd
For modern,
McFarlane
at
is
least, yeah,
really
modern
good
comics.
at selling Spawn.
look at
He
Stan.
sells. I mean, look at his
Stan Lee
toys.
back
He
in the
sells toys
day,
for
you know?
billions, man.
Yeah.
Toys, McFarlane toys make. I buy McFarlane toys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so they just he can sell a thing. You know.
He
I don't know.
got people to talk about Spawn by doing Spawnuary, which I fell for. Which is, hey everyone, make a cover for Spawn, and I will pick 4 artists, and they will be official covers in November.
Did he
That's
not
all
pick
he said.
anybody?
He hasn't picked anyone yet.
So
In
then
November,
why-
you said, right?
So maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it.
Yeah,
I
like,
need
I
3
mean-
covers. But he's like, just pick a cover, post in
cool.
January, and then I'll pick 4, and
It's
you'll
because he
become a
came from
cover
nothing.
artist.
It's because he came from
Yeah,
the dirt,
exactly.
and yeah.
Because of that, on Instagram, 12.1K people made Spawn covers, talked about Spawn, said
Awesome.
like this might be a cover in November. All while you have to tag Todd McFarlane during this. Go to tag McFarlane. He has past 10 posts talking about Spawn issue 350 is almost out.
Mhm.
So everyone's reading that 350 is almost out, and he keeps saying this is perfect for new readers.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, give him
God.
credit. Yeah,
It's a
even
weird
if
He's
industry.
got
Spawn's, like, kind of garbage.
12.1K people to market Spawn for him.
Yeah, pretty much right. Think about how many people they touch. Sorry, how many people they reach. Think about how many people they reach with their audience and like the ripples that come with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got people interested. He got me interested in Spawn because I did research. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy's not.
You know what the issue is? The issue is that we are the fucking hype men. And it
Yeah.
should not be us. It should be the
True.
companies.
It's true.
We
That's
have
it.
to tell people to read these books.
Right.
It's
How many
yeah.
times have we had to recommend a book? Like, dude, you got to start with this. You're gonna want to go.
Yeah, there's
do
no
it.
reason that I should have been the one to tell you guys to read Avengers. You know, like Marvel should have been telling you to read Avengers.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
I don't
that is a good point. But yeah, Marvel, they rather post
Podcast
about.
is so much better without Harper. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, we didn't talk about comics
There
once
hasn't
when he
been
was
one
here.
virtual background. There hasn't been one like, oh yeah, Tyler, you remember that one episode of Star Wars where?
Where he came or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Harper.
Well, Harper quit comics. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I
did
still
you
love
real-
him. I do
Yeah,
love him.
I
It's
do
like
too.
every time I want to buy myself something, I'm like, I'll buy a comic book. It's like I can spend my money on anything else.
That's true.
I'm always
That's
buying
true.
comics.
Mhm.
Always buying new books. I got new. Oh fuck, the bookmark fell. I got new books up the wazoo.
Fade
I'm
out.
reading,
Fade out is good. I like that one.
fucking reading everything. I just love them. You know.
Good time. But yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
good time.
hopefully we'll talk more comics next week.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. If Harper's here, then we can't. But if he's not here, we can. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Hero Story. We'll be back next week, probably sometime during the weekend. No Sonic Lore this week because we are out of time.
We'll prepare for more next week.
Yeah, probably. So, JD, you weren't here last week, but I know you listened to the Sonic lore.
I'm in on the lore.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sonic
insane.
himself sucks and the movie suck, but like the lore just goes hard.
3 stars doesn't mean it sucks. So, we'll get into it.
A win is a win.
Whatever. Bada booey, bada bing, bada boo.